Hello, and welcome to episode 34 of the Eldritch Podblast. I am Margaret.
I am Jack.
And hello. This is the second time we're doing this intro.
Yes.
Because
we have a mirror behind the camera, so I can always see if it's recording. If anything, if the phone runs out of charge, which I can see that your phone isn't on charge.
No,
so
it's not.
It's already not the best start, but I think it'll be okay.
We also swore in the first 30 seconds.
Because I noticed that the mirror wasn't in place.
And Jack, I'm sure you heard the demon sounds that just came out of Jack's body. He did it last one and I was like, oh, shall we both do it? Shall we both do it as a bit? And Jack was like, no, I'm going to change it up. And here we are.
Because I was trying to psych you out.
You did say you did psych me out.
So I was purposely to psych you out.
I was psyched out.
Right. I don't always want to psych you out, but in that moment I want to psych you out.
Understood.
Because I wanted you to, be surprised.
Thank you. You want to keep me on my toes?
Yeah.
Yeah, keep this, whatever.
If you start to get complacent, then the whole thing just falls apart.
No, totally. I'm with you. Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you. I nearly swore again. So
it's okay. We're over the 10 seconds or whatever.
Yeah. Sorry, you can probably hear me messing around with
something
Ooh, on the table.
Secrets.
Yes. Hello. How is everyone? How are you?
I'm great. I was about to swear.
What's wrong with us?
I just love to swear.
Yeah, so do I.
It allows me to express myself.
Yeah, I agree.
And a lot of people probably think that's a bad thing, but
I don't think so anymore. I think that's something that boomers say.
Yeah.
Because, boomers like
to... boomers, am I right?
Jack!
We're all right now.
Yeah, boomers do like to be saying things.
Yeah, they do like to say things that don't make sense.
They do be saying things.
They do be saying a lot of...
Yeah, Jack. It's supposed to be the first 10 minutes.
Do be talking a lot of trash.
Thanks, Jack. Thank you. Watch me absolutely not remember to censor any of this.
Well, I'll put it on the list.
Thanks, Jack. Thank you. Well, this is chaotic, as it always is.
Good. That's how we like it.
Yes. I don't have an appropriate segue for that, to be honest, Jack. I don't really have a.
What did you say?
Segue out of that.
Segue out what? What were we talking about?
Well, we were listen. We are really full of absolute goblin energy right now.
This is true goblin energy.
Oh, yeah. Thursday's episodes are... Well, this isn't even a funny episode. This is a very serious episode, actually. And yet here we are.
Hey, some horror stories can be fun.
True.
When they're, so comically bad. But yes, you're right. Some are absolute just tragedy.
True. We do actually have. We like to. This is a horror story, because you've seen the title. But this is a horror story.
And you're here
episode.
And you clicked on the video.
And we like to try and end them on a funny story, and we do have a funny story.
Do we? I don't know these ones today. I don't know anything about these ones today because I planned the last episode. You did. You planned this, and we did it at the same time.
Yeah, our filming's been a little bit off this week.
By a little bit off.
Catastrophically off.
It's been
catastrophically off, but
it's we're not falling behind or anything. We're just filming at weird days and times.
Yeah. You again, it doesn't affect.
Do you know what?
I promise it doesn't affect you.
There's a number of things.
Yeah.
I'd like to just say a quick thank you.
Yes.
At this time of the year, normally, our Etsy shop goes into quiet mode.
Yeah. Summer.
Springs. It definitely happens in April, May, June, July, August. They're the quiet months, and then the other months of the year are our busy months.
Yeah.
We're very happy to say that hasn't quite happened this year so far.
It hasn't.
And it's very much because of all of you.
It is. There's
a lot. You've sent a lot of orders our way, and you're keeping us busy, and
you're keeping us alive.
We appreciate it so much.
We do. Honestly, thank you so much. Even just the few orders that do come through from Squad Blasters, it
just tops up our normal orders.
Yeah, 100%. You are literally keeping the lights on for us.
Yeah.
That's so kind. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's amazing because we're keeping busy with that. We're keeping busy with the podcast.
Yep.
We're keeping busy with the Discord.
Yep.
We've got other things going on.
Yep.
Merch is, fingers crossed,
around
going
the corner,
up
hopefully.
End of this month,
end of May.
So yeah, we'll announce it in the video, and it'll go live at the same time as the video, I imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, just all exciting stuff,
just a lot
baby.
Just a lot going on.
Just
a lot
exciting
going on.
stuff, baby.
Indeed. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And if
I want to say thank
you
you.
do want to order something from our small business, it's all D&D. Me as well. Oh my god. It's all D&D centric.
TTRPG.
Yeah. We sell a whole array of D&D stuff.
Yeah.
If you like the look of anything, the link's always in the description, and use code Podblast for 10% off everything.
Nice. Why'd you put your hand down?
Well, so I can remember to. So
Are you gonna put that on the screen?
Yeah, it's like a visual cue for me. When
Are
I see the hand.
Are you putting that on the screen?
Yeah, I'm putting that.
Okay.
Thank you, Jack. Yeah. Watch me absolutely not put it on the screen. Yes, code Podblast for 10% off everything. Well, that is Jack. That was a good segue. So
I'm a fucking natural, baby. I'm a natural born podcaster.
Yes.
That's what I was born to do. That's why it took me till 29.
So, speaking of small businesses.
Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Ooh. Seamless.
In our community, we have quite a few small business owners.
We've got a fucking array. We've got a plethora. We've got a smorgasbord.
Yeah. We've got a posse.
I feel like smorgasbord is maybe slightly more cultured, but whatever.
Posse.
We've got just an array of
We've got dice makers,
uber talented
we've
people.
Got artists,
dice makers,
we've
artists,
got map makers,
we've got miniature painters.
Yeah, exactly.
It's insane.
We've got so many.
And you can go to the Discord and literally commission those people.
You absolutely can, yeah.
So one person that you can commission that we would love to give a shout out today
is Jen. We all know her. We all love her. And she owns the small dice business called Mercenary AITA Dice Co.
Mercenary AITA Dice Co. On Etsy.
And of course, all of the links are in the description.
Yeah.
And Jen so very kindly reached out to us and said, "I'd love to make you a set of dice."
And we said, please let us pay you.
Yeah, we said, please don't do that. Please let us pay you. We ended up doing like some form of an art trade. We gave some stuff from our business in exchange for dice.
Yeah.
And we want to make it so clear, if anyone wants to do something like this, like send us something physical like this, if there's anything you like in our shop, please tell us, and we would be more than happy to do some sort of a trade.
Even if it's just a t-shirt.
Yeah.
The fact that you get something
of course. Your hard work and your time and your resources.
I know, and Margaret knows, as a small business owner, that it's like, you know that song that was going around TikTok where it's like, what
cost
is it?
that much because it took me fucking hours.
And it's a bit where it's like, you need to pay for my skills because exposure doesn't pay the bills. That isn't the truest thing on earth.
I know.
I understand that you want to send us something for free because you like the podcast and you fans of the podcast and stuff like that. And we love you and we appreciate that. But if you're a small business in this community, the least we can do is just send you something in return 100%. Because I understand that it takes a lot of time. Yeah. And Jen sent us, and
this is what I was playing with. I'm fully aware
we'll put some pictures up. Let me put the.
Here you go. Oh no! This is as far as my arm can extend. Oh no, this is.
I got a beautiful, gorgeous, amazing. I think it's called an advantage set.
Yes, these are advantage sets.
In a like grey, black, and red. It's just so beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous. They're so like dark and mysterious.
Goodness gracious me. So you get in the advantage set, you get 2 d20s and you get 4 d6s.
4d6, which
and
is
you want to know
wonderful.
what? There's nothing. It was Jen. It couldn't have came at a more perfect time because last session, I put in a couple of like slightly adjusted hellhounds that were like frost hounds, and they had a 15-foot cone breath of 4 d6s.
Yeah.
Oh, and it felt so good to just roll 4 d6s from the same set.
It also came at a perfect time for me because I got a crit when I was raging and frenzying, and I put a magic item in, and I rolled 14 d6.
Yeah, you did.
So it felt real good.
They are absolutely gorgeous.
So my dice are. And again, I promise we'll put pictures in. My dice, they have like some moss in the bottom, and they've got little cute mushrooms in them.
Red and white cap mushrooms.
They are potentially the sweetest little things I've ever seen.
Because we love them both so much.
We
got 2 d20s each in each of our sets, so we swapped.
One.
So now we've both got both of them, which is nice.
Which is really nice.
So and when I roll for advantage, I can just roll both of them.
So that honestly.
Well, that was a 1 and a 5.
Oh no! Oh god, shall I roll as well? Mine is a 1 and an 18.
Jen.
Although I say
Take
that,
back.
literally, we both got nat 20s with Jen's.
I rolled extremely well.
You do,
with Jen's.
yeah. You
always
do.
I am actually It's insane. I've never been a materialistic person.
No, never
in my life have I been a materialistic person. So Jen, basically, let me put it this way: I hadn't bought new dice. Well, actually,
you've never bought a set of dice for yourself.
I've never bought a set of dice for myself.
I've always bought you.
A friend of mine bought me my first set.
Yep.
And then you keep buying me sets.
Yep.
And then those 3 big D20s that I got that I showed you all in the character rolling videos.
Yeah.
You also bought me all of them. I did. And I've had them for 2 years.
Yep. And
so
then
I've Jen, I've retired my three big D20s.
He has.
And these are now my ride or dies.
He has. Yes.
Right
Yep.
now.
Yep. So
until, I get another set.
Yeah. It's nice to have dice in rotation, I think.
But these dice are
absolutely chef kiss.
Exquisite.
Oh, absolutely, Jen.
These
honestly,
are perfect.
Like I cannot stress enough. Like the quality of the dice, they look great, they feel great.
They got a
really
sexy
good
D4.
size. Yeah, they're a really good size. They got the cool crystal D4s.
They got the crystal D4s.
Oh my god. Oh no. So Jen, they are absolutely gorgeous.
Unreal.
I would 100% recommend anyone who's looking for a set of handmade dice and sharp edge dice
nice
as well.
Beautiful sharp edge dice.
I would 100% recommend Jen's shop. Jen also has set up in our commissions area in our Discord. She's currently taking on some commission work as well for some dice.
Yeah.
So if that's something that appeals to you, please do go ahead and take a look. And Jen also so very kindly has offered members of our community, the Squad Blasters, 15% off.
15% off.
And it is, once again, code Podblast.
Code Podblast.
And
at checkout.
Please.
Get yourself 15% off. A beautiful set of Jayce from
Jayce
from Den.
No! So truly.
Jayce from Jen.
Jen, thank you so much for your hard work.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for wanting to do that for us.
Yeah.
And to anyone who wants to send us things, anyone who wants to do some sort of trade,
yeah.
anyone who just wants to do fan art for us, thank you.
We
Really,
appreciate
thank you.
it,
it's absolutely wild to us.
Yeah, it is. It's insane.
That people would want to do that for us. So please go support Jen.
Go support Jen. Mercenary Otter Dice Corp. Open them. I know you've probably had them closed
the whole time
so far, but open them right now.
I'm using my powers of blood magic to open your eyes.
Ready? This is the hand.
Open them.
No, you didn't do it right.
Oh, open them.
There you go. Done. Now everyone's eyes are open.
Did I accidentally just shut them?
Any rat fan art of me is welcome.
We got another rat fan art of you today. If you missed it, we once again the episode where Jack said that someone spot my name Midge-Rat once. The rat thing has 100% stuck.
Yeah. If you come into the Discord, most people, there's a lot of people have rat in their name.
We're the Ratlings. Yeah. It's as simple as that. Yeah. We're the Ratlings, and we make rat soners, and we just live our best ratty lives.
We are the rats.
We're the rats. So, on to the next piece of fan art.
Yes.
And this has been sent in by Sheri, and this is actually, I think it was a couple of episodes ago now. Hannah, Bugger Queen Draws, did some fan art of Monty and Deep Rune.
Yeah, 2 of the first characters that we rolled on the channel.
That we randomly rolled. And Sheri has actually gone ahead and created a version of Deep Rune on HeroForge.
Yeah.
And there's a few different photos that I'll put up here. And
I've got one right here.
Oh my god, absolutely stunning.
Just cool as fucking
It's so crazy how Hannah and Sheri now have both heard the description of Deep Rune and kind of she's a rune knight fighter and have interpreted her in 2 completely different ways. But both absolutely insane. Amazing. Yeah.
It just looks so badass.
And she looks so different to how I pictured her as well. Yeah. 100% so different. And I just, you know what? I said this to Sheri when she posted it. There's something that I'm just so in awe of when I see how people's minds work and how people create these things and bring them into life. And Sheri is a god at HeroForge, by the way.
I can't express to you. I've made characters on HeroForge many times.
Yeah.
That must have taken I get so lazy. I get halfway through with the colours and then I get lazy with the colours.
Yeah.
The detail you put in with all of those colours is insane.
I know. It's so colour coordinated.
Yeah, it's so very, very, very well done.
And I said this as well. I was all my characters end up looking kind of bored. Not but kind of lifeless. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
When I make characters in HeroForge, there's something missing, like a je ne sais quoi. I don't know what that means.
Beautiful.
Oh.
It's cute. It sounded sexy though.
Thanks, Jack.
Real sexy.
Yeah. I like there's a way that Sheri does these characters. I said we made Ratsonas on HeroForge. The same applies to Sheri's Ratsona. Like, they're absolutely gorgeous. So, Sheri, thank you so much.
Thank you
so much for going, once again,
just taking your time to do that.
And you know what? The art of the NPCs is truly wonderful. Being able to see them come to life like that.
Yeah. I love that. That's so awesome.
Really, really wonderful.
I was speaking to somebody in the Discord the other day, and you know when we ranked our characters?
Yeah.
Branham.
Yes.
Somebody came in the Discord the other day and they were like, I'm thinking about playing Branham. And I was like, go for it. Take it. Just do it.
100%.
Because the thing is that I might have written the backstory and created it, but you'll start playing it and it'll end up
totally different.
It'll end up completely different to how I would have played it.
Totally. I'm exactly the same.
So yeah, if any of those characters like speak to you, take them and play them and just have fun.
Yeah, especially the ones that never came into fruition for us.
Yeah, but even if they did, doesn't matter. Play them.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
I'm maybe a little protective over like Willow and Rayla.
Yeah. Any of mine.
Any of Jack's.
Literally any of mine.
Any of my other ones as well, apart from maybe Willow and Rayla, because Willow's story, well, even Beloved, like their stories are finished. And I would kind of like to leave them like that.
Yeah, none of mine now. Apart from Neff Ross, and you can still play them.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, saying that, Finn, who is in the community, thank you, Finn. Big up, Finn. He was like, "I'm gonna make Rayla one of my BBEGs."
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Fuck yeah, I love that.
Sounds awesome.
I fucking love that.
I feel like Rayla could be a bad guy.
Oh, Rayla could absolutely be a bad guy.
Rayla is like one decision away from being a bad guy.
Rayla is,
all moments.
Rayla is literally one stumble away from being
a bad guy.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like Rayla, because she's so fiercely loyal, and that blinds her a lot. I think that would be her downfall.
I feel like if there was a very, 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 very persuasive, charismatic bad guy that like had a bit of time with Rayla,
I think she could very
easily be swayed.
I agree, very much so, and especially if they align and they want to protect her friends and family. I think Rayla could.
I also think that's a little bit of Margaret.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Because I feel like she's so empathetic.
Yeah.
That I'm like telling the story of any bad guy, and Margaret's like, man, sounds like the good guy.
Yeah. It's sick. I'm sick in the head. I agree.
So I've always got to make sure the bad guy does something like
terrible.
Just beyond.
Just too much for me to be like, Gended who did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. So that is the end of the things we would like to show off.
Yeah.
And well, no, it's not, because we got meme time.
Yeah, we got meme time.
I put up a community post.
Before meme time, I want to tell a story.
Oh, please. Is this the cheese?
So
go on.
So, the TikToks are my responsibility, basically. Most of them.
Oh, on our TikTok page.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Margaret does all the like the podcast video editing.
Yeah.
And then I do all the TikTok editing and stuff like that. So when I post a TikTok, I'll like keep up with the first like hour's worth of comments and just read through them. But then like if there's like hundreds of comments, I can't read through them all. But we don't really get many video comments.
No.
And we got a video comment today, and I was like, oh. So what's this? Old man Jack not understanding the video comments are a thing on TikTok. I clicked on the video comment, and basically it was just two people having an argument on one of our things about the age old I follow the rules to a T, and I'll only break them if I need to. And then somebody else was like, the rules are guidelines, and
got you.
It was just like that. It was, it was pretty harmless.
Yeah.
And one person replied to the other one with like just a video.
Yeah.
They like got the comment, and they were like, well, this and this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
I was about to turn it off because I was like, I've heard this before, and I was just interested in seeing a video reply. And then because they were talking about rules. The person went, the rules are the rules. And just as I was about to turn it off, and I went, and the facts are the facts. And when the cheese comes out, you've got to pay the tax. The cheese tax. The cheese tax. And it turned quite, a hostile moment between two people into a very fun moment for me.
Yeah. So wait, hold on. You sat there.
I literally just started singing it. I was sat there listening to the argument that this person was making.
Yeah.
And it was getting towards the end.
Yeah.
And then you just went, the rules are the rules. And I went, the facts are the facts. And the cheese comes out.
Is that why you've been singing it?
Yeah, that's why I've been singing it all morning.
Nice.
I just wanted to let you know how my brain works.
I like that very, very much. So it was a video comment of two people arguing.
Yeah, so somebody was like...
Someone had watched our podcast or watched the clip?
Watched one of our clips.
Right.
And they were just having a conversation about like...
Oh, right, okay.
It wasn't really like... It was, sometimes TikTok comments can get pretty hostile.
Yeah.
But most of the time they're not.
Yeah. Was it hostile?
Not really.
Was it?
It wasn't really. Somebody was just like... somebody was, again, to me... The rules are guidelines.
Yeah, totally.
They just sort of like guide my...
Yeah.
And
I
somebody
think
else
a lot
was
of people would agree with that.
And somebody else was like, no, the rules are there because they need to be followed. And once in a blue moon, if we see fit, then we should break them.
Yeah.
And I agree with both opinions. But the thing is, it's like you can both have that opinion and neither of them are wrong.
Oh no, yeah, 100%.
But it's when
you're both right.
But it's when you try to say that the other is wrong.
Yeah,
that's what
totally.
It's just pointless.
Yeah, I understand.
It's just pointless. To me, like I like to follow the rules.
Yeah.
And then quite frequently I will break them if I want to.
Yes.
And it's like, do you want to know something? Exandria Unlimited. Abria Iyengar.
Mm-hmm.
To me, when I watch Abria, for her, the rules are guidelines.
Yeah,
and
100%.
She does what she wants.
Yeah.
And she
what she
thinks
will guide the story, yeah.
It looks so fun.
Yeah.
And I couldn't DM like that. To me, she breaks the rules too much, but that's up to her.
Yeah, and it's still a great watch.
And it's an unreal
and everyone
watch.
had a great time.
And the thing is, if she wants to break the rules like that, go for it.
Yeah, 100%.
She seems to have more fun doing that. And if I can guarantee you, if she tried to follow the rules more, she'd probably have less fun. But the thing is, just because I don't agree with the way that she DMs doesn't mean it's wrong.
No, yeah, I really, really hate. I think it's the one thing I hate the most in people is the lack of ability to be able to see the other side and understand that your opinion is not the only opinion.
Yeah.
Like that, everything is subjective.
Yeah.
Like everything. And as long as everyone, I'm absolutely certain the person who was arguing the fact that the rules are the rules.
And the facts are the facts. And when the cheese comes out,
you gotta pay the tax.
The cheese
like,
tax.
I'm certain that person loves the way they DM and their table loves the way they DM.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and who are we to discount
and
that?
And that's fine. And the thing is, I think I probably fall in line with that more, personally.
Yeah. So was there another person arguing the fact that the rules are guidelines?
Yeah, somebody was like, no, the rules are guidelines. And,
got you.
I'll twist them basically every time.
The same for them.
And but this is the thing. It's like, I definitely agree more with the person who's like, the rules are the rules, and I'll break them now and then.
Yeah.
And the facts are the facts.
Yeah.
And when the cheese comes out, I'm going to pay
the tax.
But what the problem is, mate, is when you start to say the other person's wrong.
Is that what they were saying?
Yeah.
Oh, see, in that case then.
You need to shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Because it's not fair.
It's not fair.
And I just don't get it. Like, we can all play the same game, play it completely differently, and have a good time. Why does it matter what somebody else does at their table?
And I feel like this is a really important thing. We were saying today, I feel like a lot of new DMs and a lot of new players find our channel because I think we're accessible in a way, which is what we want to be. And this is us telling you, regardless of what anyone says, regardless of what we say, because we might not agree with the way that you play and we might not play the same way you play.
Yeah.
If you are enjoying it, and your table is enjoying it, then everyone else can get fucked.
Everyone else's opinion is fucking irrelevant.
Doesn't matter. Don't get bogged down by idiots like that on TikTok who are like absolutely adamant that you have to play the way that they want you to play.
So annoying. I just can't believe it.
That is so annoying. That's so unfair.
Like, again, Abria Iyengar, she's a good enough DM to literally DM on Critical Role's main channel in front of millions of people. And I wouldn't DM like that. Yeah. But that doesn't make the way she DMs less valid.
I really, really hate that outlook.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is such a small, close-minded outlook. And shame,
you know what?
Shame on that person.
Yeah, shame, 100%.
Shame
That's why I was so...
Please do not go through our comments and find this person and do not...
that's not the point.
We know you wouldn't, but please don't go through and send this person hate. But I think that person needs to take a long, hard look in the mirror.
And every single person who has that same outlook, it's so funny because like on YouTube it's such a loving, beautiful environment, and we get quite a lot of views on our TikToks, and I go through the comments and most of them are beautiful. And then there's one comment being like, wrong, you're an idiot. And I'm just like
I just don't know how something that is so personal to each person can be wrong. The only circumstance in which it is wrong is if it's toxic, if it's hateful, if it's making people uncomfortable. Like that's when it's unacceptable. That's when it's wrong. Not I like to follow the rules. So the moral of the story is, don't tell people they're wrong when they're talking about something completely subjective.
Yeah, especially D&D is so subjective.
Yeah.
And, you know, the rules are the rules and the facts are the facts. And when the cheese comes out, you got to pay the tax.
You got to pay the tax.
So just leave it at that.
Agreed. And I really hate the idea that there's people going around telling people that, like, potentially new DMs that they're wrong.
Yeah, and fuck me, there's so many, like, I think it's been quite eye-opening. People coming in the Discord and being like, I want a DM, but this, but that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think people see a lot of like online discourse. And it probably puts them off because it's like, no, that's wrong. No, this is wrong. It's like.
And I would like to think that, you know, we do a lot of videos where we do Am I the Assholes? We do unpopular opinions as well. And I would like to think that, you know, again, unless it's obviously toxic and obviously something insane that people would never enjoy, that's a power trip from the DM.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to think that we always do say, if this is...
Even with unpopular opinions, where it's like, you know, single-sided initiatives, I would never run that.
Yeah,
but we said, you know, that can work in your game if that's the way you want to do it.
Totally. Do not let anyone tell you how you are playing is wrong, especially when it comes to things
how
like
your DMing is wrong.
100%.
There is so much pressure on so many DMs, and you don't need that.
You don't need it. You don't need it. Throw it away.
You're probably going to put enough pressure on yourself, like all DMs do, so you don't need that outside pressure, and don't let anybody tell the way you DM is wrong.
This is us telling you, as your adopted parents, don't worry. You're doing right. You are, as long as you are thinking about what's right for your table, what's right for you, you are doing a great job.
Yes, and the rules are the rules. And the facts
are the facts. Take a shot. No, don't.
And when the cheese comes out, you got to pay the tax.
Donate your blood to us every single time we say that. I hope that's not copyrighted.
I fucking hope.
I really hope that's not copyrighted.
This is getting absolutely right.
Okay, so we are long into video now.
We're into it
at this point. I'm so glad that you all gave us the feedback that you like the longer episodes.
Yeah,
because that's all you get. That's all you're getting.
Apparently,
because we cannot just do a summary of things. So let's move on to meme time.
Meme time. It's meme time.
You know what? The saddest part of it all is an honorary member of the community, Jack. He's also our friend in real life. He actually made a theme song for Meme Time, and we were gonna include it, but it turns out that there is some like royalty issues with it, so we just don't want to risk it.
And you know, we run the line every podcast
every
of almost
time.
Getting demonetized. I think 100%.
So we you know, we shouldn't. But just know, Jack actually made an absolutely slapping Meme Time song that
you can find it in the Discord.
You can find it.
Invite link to the Discord is in the description.
I have actually pinned it in the fan art. I think the fan art. No, in the Podblast memes channel. Yeah. So if you want to listen to it, it's there. Jack says he's going to work on him making his own beats, which is wild to me. That man is very multifaceted and very talented, very talented. Ways. So thank you, Jack. That's an honorary mention. I wish we could have played it for you. So let's get into the memes. So the first meme is sent in by our friend Josh, who plays at our table. He's igneous. Yeah. And it's just create an artificer or draw 25. And then me holding 25 cards. I don't know if you saw the last episode we did where we rolled random characters. I rolled... There's artificer as an option, right?
Yes.
I rolled an artificer and I was so upset we cut it out of the video.
And then put it in at the end.
And put it in at the end.
Margaret doesn't like artificers.
I don't listen.
She doesn't like gnomes. She doesn't like dwarves.
Listen, I don't.
It's true. It's fine.
I
do you want to know what? I agree. I think for me, that like when you can be like a druid or a monk or a wizard or a blood hunter, like nothing excites me about the artificer.
Yeah, nothing excites me about the. Sorry to all the artificer mains.
We're not ragging on it. It works. It works perfectly fine.
We do love you.
But you know, to me, I just just the fantasy of it just doesn't excite me.
Yeah, agreed. I'm so. Yeah. Draw 25 or create an outfit. I'm drawing 25 every single time, baby.
Every single time.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
And pulling that face.
And pulling that face. I don't even know what.
I don't know where that face is from.
That face came from. But it's a staple now. It's an emoji. It's how it is. So the next one is once again rat related and who could forget Dear Midge Rat? And this one has once again been sent in by Harrison. I feel like we have a few top players in the game. Yeah. People who really enjoy making.
I do love this meme.
Dear Midge Rat.
This meme warms my heart.
To be honest, I feel like this was kind of the catalyst.
Yes, this was the beginning of Midge Rat.
Ratgate, to be honest.
Yeah, Ratgate.
Yeah. So
the rat happening.
The rat happening.
The rattening.
To my ratlings. The next one was created by Gilgamesh. It's just the Squad Blasters Discord. And why? Why is it when something happens, it's always you three?
I can't find this one.
And then it's Paris, Margaret, and Anon. Because all we do is cause a rabble every single time anyone posts art of their hot characters, their sexy elves. Yeah. You know for a fact it's always us three. Yeah. Absolutely.
I know that Paris is very, very vehemently against like the small races like you are.
Yeah, rightly so.
Yeah.
Rightly so. And so is Anon.
Yeah. So well, I didn't know so much about Anon, but now I feel like I understand Anon's personality far more.
So it is. And if you ever see someone posting artwork of their character, you can bet your
bottom dollar
that it's going to be us.
I'm not going to sing that because that will get us going.
So the next one is sent in by Lima. We were doing Am I the Arsehole, I think.
And I said the words, "You're not a dungeon master. You're an arsehole master."
And this is literally the exact clip. And Lima turned it into a GIF. And if that isn't just
peak humor.
Just peak humor. You're an arsehole
You're an
master.
Arsehole master. The regret immediately
it's
after
the way
I
you're
said
immediately like you're like shell shocked.
I did. I shell shocked myself.
Yeah, you shell shocked me.
I gave myself a little bit of whiplash, I think.
A little bit of whiplash. And Lima specifically was like, I just loved your face when you said this. Just
I can only imagine. It was like, as it came out of my mouth, I was like, this isn't
what I mean.
This isn't what you think it's going to sound like, Jack.
Yeah. Did you say it? And as you were saying it, you were like...
As I said it, I was like, no, that's not it.
You're an asshole. And then the last one ties all of these together real nicely. And this was sent in by Ellie, and just calling a horror story DM a bad DM. Calling a horror story DM an asshole. Calling a horror story DM an asshole master. And then calling a horror story DM a caveman looking ass bitch.
Oh, God. Caveman looking ass bitch.
You caveman looking ass bitch.
It's true.
And really...
That applies. Do you know what that applies to? So many of these DMs.
So many troglodyte
caveman looking ass
bitches. Like, oh man, I'm sweating after that, to be honest. I laughed so much. I've put myself into a hot sweat. So thank you so much to everyone who sent your memes in. They are so fucking funny. And
we will get a jingle for.
We will get a jingle.
For meme time.
I do think that Jack is working on a jingle.
Yeah,
I think so. That's no pressure, Jack, but pay up. You signed a contract.
I am a little bit surprised we don't have it this week.
Yeah,
Jack.
You signed a contract, even though it literally.
So this week it's meme time.
I really hope that isn't copyrighted, because if it is, we are ruined.
Yeah, the podcast falls apart.
Yeah, we are ruined.
Never record another.
Yeah. So thank you, and of course the credit to all the people who made them is in the description.
Description.
What did that sound like? That sounded like... What did that sound like? That sounded like something... That sounded like someone.
Is it the thing from World of Warcraft?
Yes, it is. The forge will ring today.
Yeah, there's a boss at the end of one of the dungeons in World of Warcraft. Notharius. And Margaret just doesn't like the way the voice actor delivers the line.
Say it. You do a really good impression of it.
When you walk in, they say something like, "Emberstoke, the forges will ring today."
That's exactly. And they don't say ring, they go wing.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what that sounded like.
And every single time the NPC says, I just have to look over at Margaret and she's
I'm like, I hate that so much. I hate that voice line so much.
I think it's really good.
Great voice acting. I hate that line.
I think it's what the forges will ring today.
There's another line I hate in World of Warcraft, and it's in Waycrest Manor. And it's the very last boss, and he goes, "Rise!"
Yeah. Rise!
Exactly like that, and I hate it.
Yeah. I don't mind that. I don't mind that one so much.
What on earth? How did we get here?
I don't mind that one so much. I think there's some fantastic voice acting.
Oh, there is. But those two can get in the bin. What's going on?
It looks like we're nearly getting a group together on World of Warcraft as well.
Yes, we are. Yes, we have a Minecraft server. We have a Valheim server. We're getting together a World of Warcraft group. We have a guild.
Yeah, called Squad Blasters. And if you want to join us, we're on Argent Donny U. We're taking no further questions at this time. Yeah, we'd love to roleplay. We love Goldshire. Margaret loves Goldshire.
I speak for all of us when I say we love Goldshire.
Did you know it's so funny because when it comes to like everything else, I'm especially like D&D, love the roleplay, love like the fantasy. Yeah. When it comes to World of Warcraft, I couldn't give a fuck about the roleplay.
Yeah, you just want to do the dungeon.
I just want to do the hardest content I can possibly push myself to do.
Yeah, agreed. So yeah, play with us on World of Warcraft, please. Okay, so right, 44 minutes. Jack, show them the thing you can do. Show him. Go on, show him. Just do it really close to the mic.
You know when people are like...
You know those kids at the party? The neighbour's kid.
Margaret?
Yeah, you're like... Go on.
I'm the neighbour's kid.
You're the neighbour's kid.
So,
go play with the neighbour kid.
Go play with the neighbour's kid. The neighbour's kid. It's me just...
Show him.
So, you know people say the thing where it's like, what's the sound of one hand clapping? Or what's the sound of a tree falling in the woods if nobody's around?
Yeah.
Those like very, very... Well, I can tell you what the sound of one hand clapping sounds like. I'm gonna break some ear. You ready?
You're back. You're taking the headphones off. Go on, Jack. Charge them up. That was probably an auditory nightmare.
I don't know how I found out I could do that. I don't remember the first time I did it. It's very tiring.
Yeah, you can clap.
I can clap with one hand. Yeah.
So you're welcome.
There you go.
To audio listeners.
That's a little one for you.
We are so sorry. Okay,
let's actually get into some content.
Oh my god, yes. So a stark contrast to the jauntiness of the beginning of this episode. We are doing some horror stories.
I'm going to put Liam's...
Liam's? You just called Jen Liam.
I called Jen Lima.
Oh, Lima. Got Lima on the brain.
There we go.
What have you done with him? Oh, just lovely.
Put them out so you can see him.
Oh, you should put mine out as well. No, don't. That's too much noise.
I will. I'll do it while you crack on.
Okay. So, yes, these are horror stories. These are all submissions. Thank you so much. I put out a plea saying we've ran out of horror stories that we can post on the podcast. I just burped, sorry.
Oh, wow. I bet that was nice for everyone.
Sure it was. And you came in droves and you replenished the pot.
Oh, so nice. Thank you so much, everyone.
Very grateful. Thank you so much. I would actually like to open up with a follow-up.
Ooh.
And this is sent in from Ellie. So I actually said their name wrong the last time. I was pronouncing it Ellie, and it turns out it's Ali. I think. God,
Watch that also be wrong.
Watch that also be wrong. It's with the A and the E that are together.
Together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You watch me have absolutely butchered that all over again. So if you don't remember,
it's either Ali or Ailey.
Ailey, yes. Oh, it could very well be Ailey actually.
Because in Norse mythology,
when
the A and the E are together,
there's
a particularly famous giant that you heard about last session in my campaign called Aegir.
Aegir.
And that's the A and the E, and it's called A.
Oh, I see.
So they may be called Ailey.
Oh, quite Quite possibly, actually, yeah. So once again, if we're butchering your name, I'm so sorry.
Very sorry. The
story that they submitted last time was on our last horror, or maybe it could have been an advice, where they felt comfortable role playing with one person in the group,
but not another.
Yeah. The person they weren't comfortable role playing with, basically took it out on them and made them feel bad for it. So this is a quick update. So I'm here for an update, and first of all, thank you for the advice. I really appreciated it. I also want to thank all the squad blasters in the comments and on Discord that were worried about a possibly toxic or dangerous situation. I really appreciated that, but I can assure you, Al wasn't trying to flirt, I'm 100% sure, since he's attracted to male-presenting people and I'm not. Which is, I think that was the main concern that a lot of people had is, this is a really toxic friendship. So thank you for that clarification. So for the update, there was another accident that made me really mad and I kind of exploded. So as I said last time, I'm in this server that has about 50 to 70 people. So obtaining magic items isn't something that just happens. You pay for it in game or you get rewarded for being a good player and a consistent one. Now, I main a rogue, and as I said last time, Al was really open with his criticism about her. Now, after the last accident, I took some time off for him just to recharge because I needed it. During this time, I obtained something super cool for my character, a dagger of venom.
Sick.
I was ecstatic. It was the first object I had obtained since joining, and it made me so happy. So I decided to share it with him. And then in brackets, Rick was playing with me that night, so he already knew about it. Rick was the person.
The person that they were comfortable playing with.
Playing with. And the first thing he said was, "Great, except it's useless." Now I know a dagger of venom.
If it's good enough for Vaxeldan, it's good enough for any of us.
Yeah. Useless. Now usually I have no backbone, but I was very tired and very angry, and I just went off saying that he can't just say stuff like that he never played a rogue before, and he can't criticize stuff that he doesn't know anything about, and that he didn't even consider how much use a rogue can get with something like that. 100%. And also good on you for standing up for yourself as well. If someone's intentionally trying to make you feel bad about yourself, which obviously they were, good on you for standing your ground.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think that's even exploding. I think that's you just standing up
for yourself, yeah.
Now, after that night, I calmed down a bit and talked with him, and he did say that he was sorry. He explained that he was just trying to get me out of my shell, and his intentions weren't to cause me that much anxiety. I explained to him he had to tone it down a bit because I enjoy spending time with him, but I won't just let him destroy my mental health because I don't deserve it. No,
100%.
He did understand better that my anxiety wasn't about him, but about me and my comfort, and the more he pushed, the more I backed down. As of now, this is a happy ending with a friend that is more understanding and trying to learn to work with me and not taking stuff personally. Thank you and all the squad blasters again. I was starting to feel crazy about my feelings, and seeing so much support helped me getting the situation sorted. Keep going with the podcast. You're doing an awesome job.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, amazing.
That's
there couldn't be a more perfect.
Exactly. And I'm so glad that he's listening to you.
Yeah, like in any situation ever in life, if somebody has a go at you, don't immediately just go on the defense and try and attack back.
It's easy to do that.
It's extremely easy to do. But, if you can come away from a situation being like, I'm sorry, you're right, I'll try and be better. Doesn't matter that you made the mistake.
Totally.
The point is the fact that you learned from it.
100%, which it sounds like he has.
Yeah, it sounds like
he has. Like he's...
if he keeps going the way he's going and, acts upon those things that he's saying, fair enough.
Yeah.
It is one thing to say it,
and then another thing to do it. Totally. So do hold him accountable for that. And you've made your feelings very clear, I think.
Oh, I think so.
Like, I don't think there is any reading between the lines.
Clear enough for Al.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, do hold him accountable for that and make sure that he does respect you. And, it may be a bit of advice for someone who potentially could be feeling... be in a similar situation that Al is in. If you have a friend who has some sort of, has anxiety or has some sort of something going on, the way they're acting isn't about you.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, it isn't about you.
Yeah.
And you acting personally victimized by it could make things worse.
Yeah.
And I think everyone just needs to give people just a bit more grace.
Yeah,
just
definitely.
a bit more leniency and space with things like that.
Yeah. it's very easy to have main character syndrome in that moment. And be like,
it
it's
is
about me.
100%. And I'm guilty of it.
So am I.
I'm guilty
I think
of
a lot
it.
of people are, and because you're in your own head about most things.
Oh, of course.
So when things happen, it's like, what did I do? It's like sometimes it's nothing to do with you.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's to do with other people.
Most of the time, it isn't to do with you.
Yeah.
And I know it's easy to feel like that, but if you're in a situation like that, try look at it, subjectively. Try look at it from.
And that is hard.
It is.
Don't beat yourself up if you can't do that.
It is hard.
But if you can try to do that, or try to begin to do that, that's a good thing.
Agreed. Thank you so much, Ali or Ellie.
Ellie, maybe.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry that we continuously get your name wrong.
We're trying and we're very sorry.
But we're so glad that you feel supported because you are.
Yes. Well, good, yeah. And, big up the Squaddy Bees.
Big up the Squaddy Bees. Thank you, Squad
for
Blasters,
looking out for Ellie.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so into the actual first horror story.
Yes.
So the title is, I got kicked out of my friend group of 6 years because they didn't like that I was in charge as their DM. And this was sent in by Bird, and they go by she, they.
Okay.
Could you write?
Thank you for the submission.
Could you write down the chapter time for me, please?
Yeah.
Thanks, Jack. Okay, so this might be a long one. My apologies. Don't apologize. In my freshman year of college, I was going to DM the Lost Mines of Phandelver module for my friend group, consisting of myself and 6 friends, some of whom I have known since as far back as kindergarten.
Wow.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
It was going to be my first time DMing, and I had only been playing D&D for a few months to begin with. So I was already in way over my head, but DMing fell to me because I was the only one in the group with any real D&D experience, so I agreed to try. I feel like that's a really common thing.
Yeah, it's a very common thing, I think.
Really common thing. And thank you for all your DMs who were willing to go out on that line.
Yeah.
Because you did that. And it was the best thing you ever did for our group.
Yeah.
So.
But it didn't fall to me because I knew the most.
It felt to you because you just, no one else wanted to DM.
Yeah, and also I just, kind of fancied it at the time.
True, yeah, true. So, I bought the Lost Mine module box and started doing everything I could to prepare. And then we all had our character creation session. Everything went okay, and one friend, we'll call them Max, was doing what they could to be helpful with character creation, which I appreciated, but they were even less knowledgeable than me. And it seemed like my friends were getting confused by the information that Max was trying to give, and I was also getting pretty overwhelmed. So after character creation ended, I asked Max privately if they could try to let me handle the explanations, so there wasn't too much crosstalk or conflicting information, since D&D is already confusing enough when you're starting out. 100%.
Yeah, it is. It's like reading another language.
Yeah, it truly is, especially if you have 2 people telling you 2 different things.
Yeah, and it's very good of Max to want to.
It is, yes.
To step in and take the load off.
Yes.
But, there is something maybe to say that giving out misinformation is
worse.
Maybe even worse.
Yeah. Like unintentional or
and,
not.
that wasn't Max's. That's not what Max intended, I imagine.
No. So maybe this was rude of me, but at the time I felt like it was necessary for my friend's understanding as well as my own sanity, referring to telling Max not to do this anymore. And then things went downhill. That same night, one of my friends, we'll call them Avery, messaged our group chat to say that they had talked to a friend of theirs who played D&D, and he had said that I had them do their stats the wrong way.
No such thing.
I had them use the 4d6, drop the lowest rolling technique because I was the most familiar with it at the time, and I gave them the option to reroll any super low rolls if they wanted to, because I feel like sometimes, and especially when you're starting out, laughably low stats can be kind of upsetting or just make for a not so fun starting experience.
Anyone who wants to do this, anybody who wants to do the 4d6 drop the lowest, just have a minimum number that they have to get over.
Yeah.
Some people have like a really high minimum, so they've got like really good stats. Some people use 70.
Yours was 72, right?
Yeah. So you basically, to me, as long as because I think standard array is too underpowered.
Agreed.
Like, it's not that, like your lowest is 8 and you have a 10 and that's fine. Mm-hmm. Like, there's nothing crazy low.
But if you prefer using standard array, that's fine.
To me, there's nothing super high. And
yeah.
I like to have something a lot higher than a 15.
I agree. No, I'm the
one.
same. Yeah, I'm the same.
To me, all it is roll the 4d6, drop the lowest, and as long as it's higher than standard array, we're good.
Yeah. And honestly, what you're doing here, Bird, saying like, I let them re-roll any super low stats because it's not fun. Like,
fine.
That's you looking out for your group and you doing what you think is right.
Also with standard array, that's fine as well. Like, especially for a big...
Did you hear that?
I did.
I'm sorry if you heard that.
Like, if you don't mind having like a lower starting point and building up, that's also fine. Like, standard arrays,
especially for beginners.
For a beginner DM, standard arrays really
perfect.
good, really
it's
good, because
perfect,
it's really
really.
it's quite well balanced in terms of like power creep.
Yeah. So, well, Avery's friend said that standard array was the superior stat creation method, and Avery thought that we should listen to him because he knew more than me. I explained that stat creation methods vary, and I don't think one is better than the other, but my other friends all agreed with Avery. I tried to make a case for the 4d6 stat rolling, but they weren't having it, and I was a huge pushover. So I told them they could use standard array if they really wanted to. I just wanted them to have fun and create characters they like. Well, this is a red flag immediately, isn't it? The superior way, there isn't a superior way.
There's no such thing.
There's no superior way.
It's just what works best for your group.
Especially...
I fucking hate point buy.
Yeah,
but
same.
Loads of people love it.
People love point
People
buy.
love it. I think it's so restrictive because you'll have a 15, a 15, a 14, and then 3 8s.
Yeah.
Because people like to like push the things that they actually need.
Of course.
And that's fine. I just don't like it.
Yeah, but so many people love it.
And the thing is, it works.
Yeah, of course it does.
It absolutely works. So if that's what you want to use it. There's no such thing.
I don't know how this group of people who have not played D&D before are being like, this is the superior method. How would you know?
I thought it was the other the
other DM has come to them saying that, but the group who have never played D&D before, they're like, our friend said it's superior. It's like, how would you know?
How would you know?
How would you know?
How do you know that?
This is giving such red flags. You know what? I realize this is a horror story, so obviously there's red flags.
Yeah. No such thing.
No. I thought things would be fine after that, but a little while later, my friends got me on a Zoom call with them and explained that they didn't think I should DM for them anymore, and that we should take a step back from being friends for a while too, because we don't like the way you're abusing your power as a DM. I asked what they meant, and they said I shouldn't have asked Max not to explain the rules and things, and think that I should have listened to Avery's friend about the stats immediately when it was brought up.
What the fuck?
That seems completely out of left field.
See, yeah, that to me, that just says to me that
they're looking for an excuse.
You're looking for an excuse.
You're looking for an excuse.
That is not a reason to not be friends with someone.
And these people are not your friends,
and
obviously.
This isn't a reason to strip somebody of their DMing title.
And then saying we should step back from being friends. I'm really sorry, but it sounds like these people were just looking for an excuse.
These people sound awful.
And you know what? Thank God for you.
Yeah.
That these people showed their true colors so soon.
Like, yeah, immediately.
I was obviously upset because I didn't really feel like I had overstepped any boundaries as a DM. And in fact, I had let them kind of do whatever they wanted instead of imposing my own rules or boundaries. And because it was obvious that they had all talked about me behind my back instead of just talking to me privately about what was bothering them in the first place. They then swerved off the topic into some deeply personal stuff that I won't get into. But long story short, yeah, they kicked me out of the friend group without a second thought.
Sounds like that personal stuff might have actually been the reason. And instead of, talking to you about something, if they had a problem with it, they just used this as a guise to kick you out of the group.
100%. I'm sorry. That is so shitty.
It's pretty pathetic,
That
really.
is pathetic behaviour. The good news is, it's been 2.5 years now. We're still not friends, and I couldn't be happier that they're not in my life anymore.
Good, yeah, they sound terrible.
It took me a while, but I later realized that they hadn't been great friends to me for a while, and I actually started dating my boyfriend like 3 days after all this went down. So I lost some shitty friends and gained my best friend.
Yeah.
So this story has a silver lining.
Beautiful.
Just thought I'd share the story of my first and only DMing attempt and the reason I'll likely never try DMing again. Thanks for the read.
No.
Oh, so I'm so glad.
I'm so glad that you've ridden yourself of these toxic terrorists.
Yeah, they did you a favor. They literally did you a favor. And you'll find this with toxic people in your life. They'll make you think that you're the problem.
Yeah, 100%.
They will do the crazy cutting ties off, doing the blocking. And then, like you said, 2.5 years down the line, you're like, thank God.
It gives you, introspection after the fact.
It totally does.
It probably take a little bit of time. The wound, it doesn't matter if they're toxic or not.
They're still your friends.
Being told those things is hard to hear.
Yeah, losing friends is hurtful.
Losing friends is hurtful. So you probably took a little bit of time, but like you said, now
you met your boyfriend and then you met your best friend.
2.5 years later, you can look back at it and be like,
yeah, totally. Which I bet you do. I bet you do all the time,
yeah.
Bud. So
that isn't a reason to stop being a friend with somebody.
Oh,
and by the way, I said it earlier, and I stand by it. When you're playing something as complicated as D&D, because it is, and anybody who, again, I've spoken to a lot of people in the community far more closely, and yeah, we do have quite a lot of newer players who don't exactly know the ins and outs of D&D yet. Misinformation is not helpful.
No, it isn't.
It's not.
It isn't. Regardless of if it's intentional or not.
Yeah, and it sounds like Max wasn't trying to do it intentionally. They were just trying to help.
It sounds like Max was trying to do it intentionally, to be honest.
Maybe they were,
Yeah, it sounds like they were. It sounds like, especially if you talk to Max privately and then somehow everyone found out. Well, you said it best. They were obviously talking behind your back. They were obviously looking for a reason. And I'm sorry that you've been put off DMing because of this group of bad friends.
Yeah.
That's not how it goes.
That's not how it goes.
That's not how it goes.
No.
We promise.
Yeah. Like,
rolling for stats is very common.
And
standard array, very common.
You do it the same way I do it.
Yeah.
Not all. The only difference is I don't know if you might. This is might be the crack. You just set a limit to as low as it can go.
Yeah. So don't let that. I know it has, but don't let that ruin your perspective of being a DM, because normal human beings won't treat you like that.
No.
So thank you, Bird. Thank you for your story.
Yeah,
we really appreciate that, and I'm glad it worked out. So this is story number 2.
Yeah.
And I don't see them little fingies going. Honestly, I wouldn't even be so bothered if these didn't save my life on a weekly basis. So this message has been sent in by Tsai Auron again.
Tsai Auron.
By he, him. Tsai Auron.
What was the other story?
Was the horror story about the dude who was like, give me the sword.
My God.
I run into the tomb and I see the sword's not there. Give me the sword.
Give me the sword.
Give me the sword.
Give me the sword.
That was.
I know we're getting attacked, but I run up the tree and I
killed the dude in the tree.
One of my favorite stories.
That was also one of my favorite stories. So thank you very much. And
that story did blow though, real hard.
That story did blow. People loved that story.
Yeah, it was very funny.
People loved that story. So I hope you don't mind if I keep sending in stories. I have quite a few over the 20 plus years I've been playing. Not at all.
Send them in, baby.
Absolute
Get
bangers.
them in.
Absolute bangers. I'm just glad to have a good community to share with, and I'm proud to be a squad blaster. We're proud to have you.
We're proud to have you.
This is a short one, but I think that this is something that many have dealt with. My friend wanted to run a game with some new people he met. Since I was his roommate at the time, he asked me to join. If you're curious, yes, this is the same DM from my previous horror story of the Sword in the Tomb guy. Oh no, because that DM totally let that dude kill your character.
Yeah. It was definitely more the person's fault, but I think there is a point where the DM needs to actually just step in.
There was 4 of us, my friend the DM, 2 girls, and myself. I was excited because it was the first time I was playing a wizard, and I flavored him basically as a blade singer. This was 3.5. They didn't really have rules for that at the time.
Yeah. Still, just the fact that you want to fill it. The gish is what they call it.
Yeah.
The spell sword.
Well, I was a wizard with a sword, lol.
Let's go. Unreal.
In 3.5, wizards were nothing without their spell book. You couldn't cast anything. Unlike now, where you can at least still cast your prepared spells. The characters met in a bookstore. The bookstore owner collector.
Mm-hmm.
The girls asked to join. Oh my God. How am I failing at number 2? The brain cell, whoever has the communal brain cell, please give it back. Thank you.
I think somebody's knocked at the door, realised we haven't answered, and then dropped a parcel in the garden.
Did you just see
Because I just saw somebody walk past and I was like,
oh no. Do we awkwardly
just open the curtain?
Are they gone?
I don't know.
Oh no, it's all right. We'll look after.
Okay.
There's
somebody in the garden.
Is there someone in the garden?
I don't know.
Right now?
No, I don't think so.
Should I check?
I don't know.
I'll check.
We're good.
So there was no one in the garden.
We're still alive.
So, but there was no parcel as well.
No need to call the police.
Yeah, well, so either you saw a ghost or someone's just gallivanting in our garden for no reason. Anywho, right. I'm the bookstore owner collector. The girls ask me to join them to go find a rare book, starting the adventure.
Love it.
The first thing one of the girls does as a rogue is steal my spell book. Out of game, I was like, why? Her response being, well, I'm a thief. It's what my character would do, thinking it was hilarious. There you go. Hidden with it is what my character would do.
Remember, we strive to make that is what my character would do a good thing here.
Yep.
A character-driven decision for the right reasons.
Yep.
And
that's not a good decision.
We all know how much I hate stealing from the party.
Yep.
And that is annoying.
The DM allowed it, and she rolled extremely well, and I failed my checks.
so I didn't realize it was gone until we got into a battle later. I had to play dumb until it came up in the game that I would use it or check for it. In the game, the rogue character even bragged to the other characters about it, but neither would admit to taking it. So I was useless in battle being a wizard, couldn't hit for crap with weapons, and I was super squishy. My character asked them if they took my book and they were the only people I was with or would have met since we started. They said no, and she succeeded on her bluff, so I was forced to believe her because I failed my check. Even after a few battles where we barely made it out alive, did she not relent and give me my book back. You would think you would want a wizard's help in battle, but she didn't care and her friend went along with it. Needless.
It's tough, innit? Because it's like, good on you for
not,
like,
doing the metagame thing. But I would. Jeez,
no,
I would.
It's like, you're playing by the rules here.
I know, and they'd be
fucking
really annoying about it.
Yeah.
That's just so annoying.
That is annoying.
And again, your DM should have stepped in.
Yeah.
Your DM should have stopped the game and been like, look, this is not fair.
Give the wizard the book back.
Let's just act like you never took the book.
Yeah.
Give the book back.
Yeah.
Your DM failed you again here, Tsai.
So annoying.
So needless to say, it wasn't any fun, but luckily the game was super short, only a few hours, and we never played that game again. I told my friend I wasn't playing with him again because that was super rude, and he just shrugged. This is exactly what happened when Tsai's character got killed last time.
The DM literally just shrugged it off.
Yeah, literally was like, meh. I think he is the type of player or DM that just lets people do whatever they want because that's the game.
No, it's not. It is, but it's also not.
No,
not when it's bad
a
behavior.
Detriment to other people. Yeah, to other players.
That's like going up to the barbarian, stealing the barbarian's axe, and then a combat starting, and then you'd be like, don't know, it's gone.
Who knows?
Because it's like they're useless without it in that edition.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I really dislike the whole my character would do that thing, and I think it's just an excuse people use when they want to be jerks for no reason.
Correct.
100%.
Correct.
As a DM, I don't like player-on-player attacking, stealing, etc. Agreed. Unless it has a very specific story reason and everyone is on board with it.
It can be done flavorfully.
It can be.
Yes.
It can be. In group, fighting slows the game down and can really divide players. And for what? Because it's funny to steal a character's main ability to do anything.
No, it's not funny.
It's not funny. I think just about everyone has a similar story to this. Thank you for listening, and I'm loving the podcast. Keep up the good work.
That's so
Tsai,
annoying.
Auron, and in brackets, James.
It's just annoying.
That's just so annoying. God, I feel like, James, you just have a collection of just really fucking annoying stories.
Give me the spell book.
Give me the sword. Give me the spell book.
Give me the spell book.
Man, that's.
See, the thing is,
sorry.
right, it's like in this situation, is it James?
Yes, James.
James could have done what the person in the last one had done and been like, I know you have the spell book, so give me the spell book.
But James
James
didn't do
that.
I
and James was the bigger person and still got fucked over for it.
I would have. If this was me and I was playing at a table like this and this happened, I would stop the game and I would just be like,
just give me it back.
Give me it back because this is boring and not fun.
I'm literally useless.
And you're pissing me off.
You've literally just stolen my class.
Yeah. And I'm doing nothing.
And I can't do anything.
Yeah, that's so annoying. And again,
that's
I feel
what my
like
character. Let's get
rid of that.
Let's get rid of the
stop that
excuse of doing something and being a complete and utter jackass and disguising it with that's what my character would do. No, that's what you would do as a person because you're an asshole.
But actually think about what your character would do.
Yeah. And then we can use that phrase and get rid of the stigma of that's what my character would do.
And listen, don't make a character that hates the other adventuring party. Don't make a character. In fact, they can hate the adventuring party, but don't make a character that goes out of their way to
make
fuck with them.
Difficult for the other people,
because that's not fun for anyone.
You can have an evil character that maybe isn't fond of them, or something like that, and you can do it very flavorfully.
Agreed.
It is harder than just being nice.
Yes,
way harder. But you can do it. But as soon as you begin to to
the detriment of the party,
hurt the party, steal from the party, do things to
just annoying.
make it difficult for the party. That's just bad.
I would even argue making it hard for NPCs, like killing NPCs and stuff like that.
Because then you're making half of the DM.
Yeah.
There is, NPCs are a little bit different because, maybe NPCs are built to be nasty or built to not be getting along with.
Of course.
But yeah, I agree.
Oh,
James. Difficult.
Thank you for
Cheers, James.
your second story.
Yeah.
They were both bangers, but both fucking really annoying.
Yes. Come on, give me the spell book.
Give me the spell book.
Give me the spell book.
So, this is number 3, and this has been sent in by Jess, and her pronouns are she, her. I would like to give a trigger warning for SA. So if that's something that makes you feel uncomfortable, you don't want to hear it.
I'm sat here making a joke like,
I know.
Number 3.
There is chapters down below, so you'll be able to skip to the end of this story.
Okay.
This is, in last episode, we showed some fan art by J Bird Art, and this is actually her story. So this is Jess's story.
Oh, right, okay.
So, yeah. The art of Rayla from last session, last episode, this is her story.
Okay.
This was actually originally sent in as an Am I the Arsehole? Or no, this was originally sent in as an advice submission. However, the reason I saw this is because Jess sent in a follow-up being like, I just want to let you know that there's a follow-up to this advice submission, which I will also read out. So it's sorted. Okay. So it's not really advice anymore.
So it's just a horror story.
So it's just a horror story now. Okay. And Jess said, yes, of course you can read it as a horror story. So forewarning for the long story ahead, but I feel like I need to ask for some advice or just type this out for my own personal peace of mind. And it is a longer one, but
it's okay.
It's important to hear it. Over the last year, I have completely fallen in love with D&D. This started with binge-watching shows like Critical Role, then quickly moved on to actually learning how to play myself and searching for an ongoing campaign.
Awesome.
I first joined a super wholesome group which consisted of one of my old teachers from high school. All of us were newbie players, so it was a great place to really learn all of the rules and small details of the game. I think learning how to play D&D like under the safety of something like a teacher or like an authority figure probably is a really good way to learn.
I learned how to play Dungeons and Dragons
from Critical Role
by watching Critical
Totally,
Role.
Yeah, I agree.
Then it spanned from that. I just got addicted to D&D.
Yeah.
So then I ended up watching all sorts of different content creators on YouTube. I that's literally how I learned to play D&D.
Totally, same. Yeah, I agree. I feel like that's a very common thing as well.
Yeah.
So people who are like, Critical Role, the Critical Role has shaped the new modern age of D&D. As this game was in my hometown and a few hours away from where I now lived, I decided to look for a group closer to my new place. My first group also only played between fortnightly and monthly, and as I was completely obsessed, I wanted to be playing more frequently. I started looking at advertisements on Facebook groups that were looking for players and ended up joining a new homebrew campaign locally.
Okay.
Initially, it was a dream come true. A super creative GM who had painstakingly come up with a world for us to explore. There were 5 players to begin with, 2 guys and 3 girls, including me. It was exactly what I had been after. A lot more character development and focusing on role-playing and character at the table. I'm a creative and I love drawing and writing about... I'm a creative and love drawing, writing about, and just generally developing a character over time.
Nice.
So it was a dream to see everyone else at the table as into it as I was. That sounds wonderful.
It is, when you get that sort of table that clicks.
Yeah, totally.
It does
Feels real
good.
However, things started to get a bit weird with the GM a few sessions in. For context, he is a guy and around my age. The table ranges in ages from mid-20s up until late 30s, with me and the GM being the 2 youngest at the table. It started off with some mildly suggestive messages via Facebook outside of game time, which I kind of just blew off as his personality and I politely ignored them. A few more weeks in, and one of the other players had to leave the game due to conflicting schedules. We were down to 4 players, 3 girls and 1 guy, and then the GM who was also a dude.
Mm-hmm.
The GM does this thing where our characters have solo moments of character development and we go out onto the balcony so the rest of the table can't overhear what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a common thing.
Yeah.
Having like the secret moments between just one or a couple characters and the DM.
Yeah.
This has generally been fine. But after a game where I had a bit of roleplay without the rest of the group, he sent me a message saying that he felt like I was moving towards him outside and if he could touch my face for the roleplay. Again, I politely declined, saying that I wasn't comfortable with that.
Okay, so is that the DM saying in the roleplay?
Yeah. So
can you touch my face?
So after the roleplay,
okay,
he had sent a message saying, "Can I touch your face?" And I feel like you were moving towards me.
Okay.
And just politely declined.
Okay.
Obviously.
Yeah.
In the game, there has been some flirty banter between PCs and NPCs. Emphasis that it's not just my PC, the others have also had flirty / suggestive interactions. Everything's been pretty PG-13 with 1 or 2 moments, where a character would leave with someone they fancied from a tavern and it would fade to black.
Okay.
Very common.
Yeah.
That was totally fine at the table and funny and entertaining for everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
However, afterwards, the GM messaged me to talk about some of the plot related to things for the next session. My PC is a warlock, genie subclass, and is feeling rejected by her current patron. The GM has a whole homebrew pantheon and has been kind of hinting that he wants my character to look into making a pact with another one of his deities. This one, however, is the god of what is pretty much a sex cult. He then went on to say...
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
It's like, why would it be anything else?
Of course the deity for
the
the female player's warlock.
Sex cult.
Of course it is.
Sex cult.
He then went on to say, which really gave me the ick, that it was essentially him. And that it would be easy to roleplay between sessions because it would just be me talking in character to him.
You're so sexy,
like,
mate.
Tell me.
Just so you know, that's the least sexiest thing anyone has ever said.
Ever.
In
life.
Since the creation of the world. It's okay. It's going to be real good because I'm basically a sex cult leader.
It's me. That I would shrivel up and die. Yeah. I would have no reproductive organs left.
Yeah, my dick's just fallen off my body.
Like,
just
gone.
dropped off.
Absolutely gone. Ugh. Ugh. I feel like
it's not cool.
No,
not cool.
No, of course it's not.
No, but it's like this person obviously thinks it's cool.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I'm a sex cult
and this
leader.
person,
it's not. Just shut up.
You know, obviously the DM is trying to take advantage of one female player alone with him.
Oh yeah.
That's all it is. So immediately, I was freaked out by this, but I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Do you want to know what? Fair enough, but he doesn't deserve it.
No, he doesn't. No, he absolutely doesn't. But
He lost that race.
I say it again and again and again and again. As women, we feel like we owe it to the people around us for our safety to give people the benefit of the doubt. Jess says she had the ick. She was freaked out. But, you know, for her safety, she knows she's going to be alone with this guy.
Yeah.
It's safer to give people the benefit of the doubt, and it's terrible.
It's like, because you should be able to act upon your feelings, and your feelings are, I'm not enjoying this isn't good.
Listen.
So you should be able to, say
no.
something,
and leave.
not go along with it.
Yeah.
But it's so unfair because it's like
you're made to feel like
you're made to feel like you don't have a choice.
Well, that's the whole point.
That's what this person's trying to do. It's trying to force you in a position where you don't have a choice and you have to like go through with this.
That's exactly
horrible, fucking nasty shit.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Because what have we always said? Let's say it again. Dungeons and Dragons isn't a place for you to live out your sexual fantasies.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not.
No, it's not.
Because
unless everyone is consenting and agrees and comfortable and you have safe words and you have triggers set up.
Yeah.
Then...
Because the thing is, to play these things out, you need all of those things.
You do.
You need all of those.
You need them.
Maybe you don't need all of those like things in a normal game where you're very clearly... In my game, all of my players... We don't do sexual things like that.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
I'm not bothered about doing those things. No. It's just not something I'm interested in.
Yeah.
So, like, but if you're going to run a campaign like this, where it does have, like, heavy sexual themes, you need to have all of these things in place.
All of them. All of the safety measures set up 100%.
You need them. It's not like a maybe. You need them.
Totally.
Especially if there's female or female presenting players in the
100%.
game who might have, previous experiences with these things. They need to be in place.
Exactly, I agree. And it's not common. It's not common for it to be like that. But it is very common to have the whole fade to black, to have like the PG-13 like kissing, to have like the funny stuff. I feel like that's very normal.
Yeah, like if everyone's comfortable with it,
and only if everyone's comfortable with it. Some people might not be.
Some people might not be. Like to me, again, I just have no interest in doing things like that. Like, if Margaret wants to flirt with an NPC, if she initiates it, then I will, reciprocate.
Yeah.
But unless it is initiated on the player's end, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah,
because, again, I
don't care about it.
I come to D&D to fight loads of monsters and go on an adventure. That's what excites me.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to get into when you play a game of mine.
Totally. Whereas, I do like character relationships.
Yeah.
I do like that aspect of it. But,
But again, it's like, if you showed interest, then it's something I will do for you.
God, again, sorry, this is getting completely off topic here. But
it's a podcast, don't worry about it.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Say whatever you want.
So, back to Jess's story. Wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm not an inherently sexual person, but was kind of exploring aspects of that for my character in some ways. Again, all PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
She had a few one-night stands, but they all faded to black. I'm on the spectrum, so in real life, I find it very difficult to tell when someone is flirting with me or making a pass. Mostly because I find it hard to believe that anyone sees me in that light. So I was very reluctant to call him out on his creepy behavior because I wasn't 100% sure if I was overreacting.
Mm-hmm.
Again, another really, really common thing is
Yeah.
like, am I overreacting here? And it's because society tells you, yes, you are.
Yeah,
because,
as a woman,
because
oh God,
you're a
all
sensitive,
you do,
crazy,
you're
dramatic
emotional.
woman.
Yeah, you know, your hormones are all over the place.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
are you
all,
you're on your period?
It's all your fault.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
all your fault.
100%.
You know, if you have negative feelings towards something, it's probably your
your
fault.
because you're emotional and you're
There's
a woman.
no way it can be the man's fault.
Yeah, no.
You've been made to feel that way, so don't.
You have, by
don't-
society, you've been made to feel
Don't
that way.
allow that to affect you.
Yeah, anyone
Well, try not
listening,
to.
we've been made to feel that way.
Yeah, of course you have.
I felt kind of cornered because I asked if I had been role-playing... I felt kind of cornered because I asked if he had been role-playing between sessions with other players, and he said yes. So I didn't want to be left behind or miss out on character development.
Is he a fucking liar?
I almost guarantee
Is
so,
he a
yes.
fucking liar?
Then again, it's just Jess, 2 other females and 1 other male. So I don't know.
Do you reckon he roleplayed this stuff with the male?
No. So I agreed to have a roleplay conversation between my PC and the deity. Looking back, I should have said no, but being the people-pleasing pushover I am, I agreed. It only took about an exchange or 2 before things got explicit. And I mean really explicit. He started referencing how my character became aroused in much more detail than that, just by hearing the voice of this god. I stopped there, said I was uncomfortable and would rather we just save the story for the table, knowing full well he wouldn't want to play anything like that in front of the other male player especially. He went on to say that it would be better over drinks instead.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Take your fucking creepy ass and fuck off.
Like,
oh, you fucking predatory motherfucker. Yeah. You are a disgusting, you are a fucking joke. Get the fuck out. I hate this. What do you mean over drinks?
Oh, we should take this over drinks.
Shut up. Shut up. Oh, it's so annoying.
To have cornered a woman by herself, forced her into a situation she was obviously always really uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
To tell her, for her to tell you, I'm uncomfortable, I don't want to do this, and then for you to go, how about we do it over drinks?
How about we do it over drinks?
Come on.
What? Why?
You absolute...
It's predatory.
It is
this
so
person's
predatory.
just a predator.
That's so predatory, and that's how they do it. They control women with fear.
Yeah,
they control them. They get them in these situations
you
where they can't say no.
No, and then when you do say no, they're like, "Nah, you don't mean
you
that.
don't mean. Oh, you don't mean that.
no.
No.
Like, I'm fucking so unbelievably sexy. I'm literally a sex deity in my own campaign. It's like, you think far too highly of yourself because you know what you are, my friend. You're a piece of shit on the bottom of my shoe. That is all you will ever be.
Well,
it's disgusting.
It is disgusting. It's vile. It's truly vile.
I'm actually shaking because I'm so pissed off.
Yeah, no, I can tell. I can tell. You know what he says?
Hydrate to wash the hate away.
Hydrate to wash the hate
away. I don't think there's enough water in the world right now.
So as a group, we had discussed having a night out together to get drinks. When I said, well, how is it different to going back to the table? Everyone will still be there. He specified this would just be private drinks between the 2 of us. I was super confused and weirded out at this point, so I tried to clarify with him if he was asking me out. He said he wasn't interested in dating me, but if I wanted something casual, he would be down. I'm not sure if this made the whole thing better or worse. It makes it so much worse, Jess. I told him I didn't have any romantic feelings for him and that I was sorry if I led him on to believe otherwise. He still wanted to continue the roleplay over message, which again, because I'm stupid, I agreed to. You are not stupid. You have been forced into this situation, you are not stupid.
No.
Anyone who has been through anything like this, and I know it's so easy to look back at moments like this and say, I should have known better.
No.
I should have said better. How about
Let's
you
just
look at the other people in this situation?
Let's just rewind it back.
Yeah.
And, it's like you're saying, like, if you were never put in this situation in the first place, this situation never happens.
Yeah, exactly.
This DM is instigating this. He is taking it too far. He took it too far long ago. Now he's just now he's beyond the line and he can't even see it.
Yeah, no, yeah. This is like so far out of the realm of normal people behavior.
Yeah.
Like,
this isn't your fault. This has never been your fault. And I want you to hear it from us that you've, like, this person's just a predator.
Yeah, oh no, yeah,
That's what this person
yeah.
is.
And he's forced you to be scared.
And he's forced you into this situation where you feel like you don't have a choice. And as soon as you say no, he's basically saying, you don't mean that.
Yeah. And you know what? It's so easy looking back at your own experiences and minimizing them, because that's just what we do as humans. Imagine if one of your friends came to you and told you this story. What would you say about that other person?
Exactly.
You need to apply that to yourself.
You need to apply it to yourself.
You need to. Because you are not stupid and you are not in the wrong.
And none of this is your fault.
Yeah, you should have not. There is no I should have known better.
No.
Because that's just not how life works.
That's how they make you want to think.
Yeah, exactly. So, within a few more exchanges, it went back to being inappropriate, and I told him to watch himself and that I was going to bed now. He finished the exchange by calling me a nun. Are you just frigid then? Are you just boring? Are you just a nun?
Because you don't want to fuck me. How could anyone not want to fuck me?
And again, that's it again. That's it again. To be like, oh, you don't want me. You're a nun.
Yeah.
You're boring.
There's got to be something wrong with you because you don't want to fuck me.
Like, and that's just so I hate that.
You're disgusting.
I hate that.
You're disgusting.
It's such a typical tactic that men have. And, I've experienced this my whole life. I'm sure many females and many female presenting people have. When a guy hits on you and they try to kiss you or they try to do something to you and you stop them because you don't want to, they call you frigid.
Yeah.
They say that.
Because they're fucking embarrassed.
Yeah.
That's
and it's like as if saying no makes you anything other than a person saying no.
Yeah.
And it's pathetic. Oh, so I'm left with a super sour taste in my mouth.
My ears are hot.
I know. I'm not used to being flirted with in general, but there was something super uncomfortable about this situation.
Yes, there is.
Made me feel like I had a lack of autonomy. That's exactly what he wanted.
That's exactly what he wanted.
I guess I just want some advice on how to navigate D&D as a female player and what you would do if you were in my shoes. Sorry again for the long-winded post. Again, there is a follow-up. There is a follow-up on this. That has a happy ending.
Okay.
Thankfully. To be honest, our advice for navigating D&D as a female player, is kind of everything that we've said, but it is hard. And I'm not saying that to put people off.
No, it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard.
I think, again, speaking not as a woman, so, Margaret's probably the better person to say this. I definitely think that when you go into something, a beginner campaign, you have the right, and don't let anyone make you feel like asking these questions is wrong, because it's not.
It's not.
You should be able to say, not even questions, fucking down.
Tell them.
I want no sexual themes. I want no SA.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be like objectified.
Yeah.
And if they're like, well, gone, out, turn around, stand up, take your shit, leave.
Go.
As soon as like they try to like even bend those rules slightly or even question them, unless their answer is 100%, I agree with you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I overstepped. I won't do that again.
Well, no, this is at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
This is fucking session 0. This is session 0. Like, and if you join in a campaign like later, maybe like you're a late comer to the game, you can still say to the DM, like, does this campaign have any of these themes?
Yep.
And if they say yes, be like, they're not going to be explored on my character.
Yep.
If you're uncomfortable with them, just don't join.
Yes.
But if they are in there, are they going and you're okay with it, but you just don't want them to happen to yours?
Yes.
As long as they don't happen to your character. If there's any hint, if they say that's fine, no problem. Okay. If there's anything other than that,
and if
get up and turn around.
Your gut tells you something is wrong, it probably is wrong.
No D&D is better than bad D&D.
100%.
We said it from the beginning.
And I say this all the time. We need good men who will look after the women and the female presenting people in our community. We need men like you. We need men like the people in our community who will, if they see anything like this, please stand up for your female players.
Yeah.
Please say something. Because there is so many reasons why us as women can't.
Yeah.
There's so many reasons.
It's a perfect example.
Exactly.
Jess felt like she couldn't say it.
Exactly. And again, I say it all the time. As women, it is in our safety to not to go along with it.
Yeah.
Until we can find a place where it's safe for us to either run away or sneak out or make an excuse up.
Yeah. If you as soon as you begin to feel uncomfortable, like, you should be able to voice that. And if you voice it and it's not heard, or another red flag.
Yep, totally.
If you say, I'm uncomfortable, if they say, well, let's do it over drinks.
Like, I don't know who would, like, I don't know a single person, like a single human person that in my life who would ever say something like that.
No.
Like, that is not a normal person thing to say.
No, it's not.
That is so beyond the realms of being a normal human being. And Jess, normal human beings won't do this to you.
No, they won't.
They won't. And I know we read horror stories out all the time, so it seems like there's more horror stories than good stories. That's not the case.
There is good people in the community.
There is good people.
This community is full of them.
Yeah, it is.
And there are many people in our community that are trying to start campaigns.
Totally.
And you will experience none of that in there.
No, none of it.
None of it.
None of it. I know you've joined the Discord since, Jess, but again, like, you are completely safe in our community.
Yeah.
And I know that doesn't really help you with the situation at hand, but just know if you said in the beginning, maybe I just need to write this out. If you ever need to just vent, please do. That's what it's there for.
There's over 400 people who are there willing to listen to you.
Exactly.
And yeah, like you said, these people, like this fucking asshole, they'll make you feel like you don't have a choice.
They will.
You need to remember that you always have a choice.
Always.
Every second that you're in the campaign, playing the game, you have a choice. If you want to get up and leave, you can do that.
You can.
Whether they make you feel like you don't or not, you got to remember that you do. And it is hard. It's harder than me just saying that.
It is. It is.
It's harder
of
than me
course
just
it is.
saying that.
And you have to make sure that you feel safe.
But if anyone's in this position, just remember back to this moment when me and Margaret are telling you, you have a choice.
Yep.
If you want to leave,
fucking
leave.
100%.
Whether
they will make you feel like the bad guy.
Yeah,
they will make you feel like you can't. They will make you feel like there's going to be repercussions to you leaving. But take literally the story you read a couple of stories ago. The toxic people cut them out, and they're so much happy for it.
Mm-hmm.
It will feel hard, but you will always benefit from cutting people like this out of your life. Always. And it's such a shame that this is happening in the D&D community, and it is the minority. It is. But it is such a shame. So we'll go on to the update.
Okay.
So this is once again another update sent in by Jess after the fact.
Yeah.
So guys, I want to say first how much I'm loving the podcast. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I find the two of you so relatable, and it feels like I'm just sitting down with friends and talking D&D for a couple of hours. That's all we could ever want.
Yes.
and also thanks so much for the follow on Instagram. I would love to draw something for you. Your moon druid is gorgeous. Like I said, Jess's art was in last episode. Thank you, Jess.
Thank you, Jess.
So, update on the advice submission a few weeks back. It went from bad to worse. The DM ended up disbanding the group after we tried to recruit a new player, and he was apathetic and rude. And again, tried to shift the blame onto everyone but himself.
Gosh.
What a surprise.
Yep.
Happy ending.
And just so you know, there's literally nobody else to blame here but this DM.
No one. 100%.
No one.
So happy ending. The new player is keen to DM, and we're starting a new campaign, and it's going to be awesome. Since submitting that first thread, I've done a lot of reflection and have realized how awful it was of him to put me in that position.
Exactly, Jess.
100%. I also want to thank the two of you. After watching your podcast, I felt a sort of catharsis. You always reiterate that D&D is a safe space for women and women presenting people, and anyone who makes it not so is a total asshole.
100%.
100%.
Fuck every single one of them.
100%. I think watching the two of you discuss similar issues and seeing Jack take such a different approach from what I've seen from most men made me see that it isn't right and it shouldn't be the norm. The new DM...
I just want to say, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But every other man in this community also holds that sentiment. And
agreed.
You know, like I want to big up. Trust me, I want to big up all the women all the time because you're fucking stronger than any of us men because you're still fucking here and alive in this shit world that doesn't really look after you. But also big up all these men because
totally.
I've been in chats with all of them,
and
I've seen some of the advice that they've given out to some of the female presenting people in the community.
Yeah,
and they're fucking trying the best.
They are.
Do you want to know what, guys? It's all we could ever ask of you.
Yeah, you are actively the men in our community are actively trying to make it a safe space for everyone. Yeah. And you know what? We sit in the voice chats quite a lot when we're playing games, and you know, oftentimes. The men will split off with Jack and the women will split off with me. It's just how it goes, right?
They like to build, we like to kill.
It's just how it ends up. Yeah. And you know, oftentimes, me and the female presenting people in the community, we will talk about how difficult it is to be a woman in this community.
Yeah.
And not in our community, in you know the D&D space, and in general. And every single time, every single woman, every female presenting person I've spoken to has nothing but good things to say about the men in our community, and that says something.
That's good.
So many women have said, "This is the first time," and God, I don't know,
probably forever
that I felt comfortable actually talking to men.
Yeah,
and that's huge. That's fucking huge, and that's why we do it. Yeah. That's why it's important. And
so just keep it up, guys. Yeah, you're doing good.
You know, every single man in our community, they will not talk over you. They will not make you feel like you're being crazy or sensitive or emotional. They will hear you, even if they can't give you, you know, good feedback or it's not criticism. What's the word I'm looking for?
Bully. Sorry. Constructive criticism?
I don't know. Advice, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, they will at the very least listen to you.
Yeah, and that's probably fucking more than some guys outside of this space
could ever do.
Would ever do because, you know, women aren't supposed to be listened to.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, that's just fucking shit that we don't abide to. Like, we don't subscribe to that shit here. So, yeah.
Exactly. So, the last part of this is the new DM is also a guy and has been really helpful in getting me to see what happened wasn't my fault. And using the game as a means to engage in sexual, non-consensual conversations is well over the line.
Oh, fucking
like
so
far over the
line.
So far. I'm now surrounded by a group that is respectful and excited about playing again. And hopefully this is the first and last of this kind of experience I have to endure. Love your work. Squad Blasters Unite. Jess. Thanks, Jess.
Cheers, Jess.
Jess. We've said it all.
Said it all.
We'll say it again.
You're here now.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like your new DM is great.
Yeah. Thank God. Thank God.
For like, and you know, a new DM doesn't have to come in and say those things.
Yeah.
And it's
the fact that he has.
It's a green flag.
Yes.
I can't believe I'm fucking saying that.
I'm not going to say that, you know, that's Brandon energy.
That's Brandon energy. But
Brandon
to literally
energy.
come in and be like, to hear that you've had an experience with the old DM and be like, that's not okay. Like, those things shouldn't be delved into unless you want them to, especially without your consent.
Totally. That's a green flag.
We're hearing those things.
That's a green flag. And Jess, I really hope that is the first and last. And please keep us updated with how it goes. I wish nothing but the best for you.
I appreciate your DM.
And once again, thank you so much for your incredibly gorgeous artwork of Rayla.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, fucking shake it out. Jesus. How's everyone doing? Oh, that was a heavy one. Trigger warning's over. I don't know if out with the chapters. If we're in a watch party, it's all good. We're all safe. We're all safe. Take a moment if you need one, please.
Man,
that was a lot. I know that was.
That's got to be top five.
That's definitely top 5.
That's top 5. One of the worst ones
I agree.
I've heard.
That's definitely top 5. Definitely.
That's the fucking manipulation.
It's. I know.
It's just unbelievable.
How do people not see how this makes them look? How do people like that's so not even thinly veiled? That's just so blatant.
Oh, it's just blatant.
How do people get to that point in their life where they feel that emboldened to act like that? But obviously not, because he was like, let's not do it in front of the other players. So we knew he was doing something wrong.
Yeah, he knew he was doing something wrong.
So pathetic. I spit on you. Patooey, you suck. You're the worst.
You are the fucking worst. You're the fucking worst.
I hope you never DM ever again.
The thing is, right, we're saying, like, how? It's so sad for me to say that it's so easy.
It is so easy. It is.
With social media and
and what gets pushed to young men.
To young, vulnerable men
Yeah.
who probably feel quite lost in the world.
100%.
Growing up.
100%.
They see shit like, you know, Andrew fucking Tate.
Yeah. Who is the worst fucking human being on planet Earth.
Who's fucking, like, just a piece of fucking garbage at the bottom of the bin.
Oh,
like, worst dog shit trash on earth.
Rot in jail, you piece of shit.
I hope you fucking never get out of jail. I hope your fucking life gets taken away from you and you just rot in prison because you don't deserve it.
No.
Because apparently, according to you, women don't deserve it either.
Yeah, well, exactly.
So it's like, I don't feel fucking scared to say that shit because if you have no respect for anybody else, why the fuck should I respect you? Why should anybody in this world respect you? And the thing is, young men are getting that shit pushed to them. And they're like, the thing is, right, if you watch him talk, he knows how to manipulate.
He's charismatic.
He's charismatic. That's the problem.
That is the problem.
You hear him talk, and he's like, "Oh no, I want to take care of you. Like I want to teach you how to be a man.
Here, look, I'll take you under my wing."
Yeah.
Like, of course, young men are going to feel for that.
This is how it works. Because this person probably feels that he's done nothing wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
This is just how men act.
And we talk all the time about women, right? And yes, it is absolutely so fucking hard for us women out here and female presenting people. There isn't enough about men. There isn't enough safe places. There isn't enough fail-safes put in for men who get led down this path, and then they become the problem. Because people don't care enough about men. And I think that's the problem. People don't care about men's mental health. People don't care about how men are being brought up. How often, as a child, were you told, just get on with it, or man up? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And I agree. I so strongly believe there isn't enough set up to protect men.
There isn't, and you know, it's tough. It is tough to be sat here, be like, to turn this conversation on how, like, the way that men are treated. But you're right.
Yeah.
And the problem is because there isn't things set up in place.
Yeah.
We have monstrosities that are created like Andrew Tate.
Men are being failed.
Yeah, they're being fucking literally radicalized.
They're being radicalized so quickly and so easily.
Fast into, you know, things like Andrew Tate and what he subscribes to.
And it's because men are told you can't have feelings. You're not allowed to feel.
No.
You don't deserve love. You don't deserve any of this. And of course, hey, men are humans just like anyone else.
Yeah.
Men have exactly the same feelings that women do.
Yeah.
Men need to be loved. Men need to have an emotional outlet.
Yeah.
And when they don't have that, that's what they become.
Yeah, that is exactly what they become.
And it's such a shame. And I'm sorry, this isn't, you know.
No.
Yes, I understand that this is a D&D podcast, but we do get into it.
No, it's a little bit more than that.
It is a little bit more than that.
I think it started out as that.
Yeah.
But I feel like it has become more than that.
It has.
And you know, we're fine with that, you know.
Yeah.
The whole point was just to create like a community for a safe space for people, whether it's fucking D&D or not, TTRPGs,
yeah, totally.
Even online games, because fuck me, that's probably the most toxic place on earth.
Yes, it is.
And you know, and now there's a bunch of female presenting people that have been able to play games and not be fucking harassed
just for being a woman. Yeah, it's man, the whole world's fucked up, to be honest.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough on that. You know our stance on this. You know us. You know how we feel about these things.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, if you're a man watching this and you feel failed by the system, it's because you have been.
Yeah, you have been.
It's because you have been. The stereotype of the straight white man is a stereotype for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I will never change my stance that it's not all men, it's most. But you matter as well. You are not just a straight white man. You are so much more than that.
The fact that you're here and like you're in this community and you're part of this community, like, already shows everybody who's joining this community that you are more than that. You are different to other men who do these things.
Yeah.
You're making a conscious decision to not do those things.
Yeah.
And fuck me, if that isn't one of the biggest steps.
Exactly.
You don't you need to do more. Like, you do. You need to try your best.
Unfortunately, you do. Because the world is handed to you on a platter.
You do need to do more. But, you know, the fact that you're here and you said these things and, you know, you're not subscribing to all that bullshit is, to be honest, the fucking hardest bit.
And we appreciate you.
We do.
We appreciate you so much. All of you men, you male-presenting people who are here, we appreciate you. We really do.
We do. Next one.
Let's
get off that topic.
All right.
Ooh, baby.
Okay, Jesus. All right, well, this is number 4.
Almost 2 hours in.
Oh, God. All right. Okay, so.
Fucking hell, we spent...
that was a long time. How long was that?
Half an hour talking about it.
Yep.
Ish.
I can't even think of anything we could cut out of that either. I feel like that's such an important thing to talk about.
It all needs to be said.
Yeah. Update on the person in the garden. Go on, Jack. Go on. Tell him.
It was a plastic bag.
It was a plastic bag.
But
Went past the
I thought it was somebody's grey hair.
Yep.
Outside, and it was like a quite opaque grey-looking plastic bag that was floating around the garden.
Yeah. For context, we get deliveries all the time, and people put them in the backyard. So it's a very normal thing.
Yes.
But just call back to a plastic bag. Okay, this is...
Okay, let's go.
This is number 4.
Okay,
so
let me just edit the time of number 4 because it's slightly later than I thought it was going to be.
So this has been sent in by Mike Penny, and they also go by the Paragon Company, and they have their own D&D channel, which is wonderful.
That's so cool.
So hello, my name is Mike, and I go by he, him. So back when I was in high school, roughly 2002, I had some friends that wanted to introduce me to Dungeons & Dragons. I was pretty excited to try it out, and we had planned a weekend sleepover to play D&D and other games. Man, that sounds
legit
amazing.
as fuck.
That sounds so good. So the DM, we'll call him Matt, had asked me what I wanted to play as. I had no idea how anything worked. Classes, races, anything.
Yeah.
So I described that I wanted to play, and he told me I'd be a fallen paladin. This would have been 3rd edition. I said okay, and let him make my character. The night of the sleepover, we get ready to play. The other players all have their characters ready, and we start. We are immediately thrown into a dungeon, and up until now, no one has described a single rule to me or given me anything to review.
Nice.
So my turn comes around, and I start suggesting things that I would like to do. Cut to roughly 15 minutes of everyone telling me I can't do any of the things I would like to do. Obviously, I started to feel very dejected. Finally, I ask Matt, well, what can I do? He tells me I can move forward. So I do that. I get attacked by a zombie. I ask why I couldn't see the attack from the zombie. To which Matt replies, because you are a human and you don't have dark vision and you didn't use a torch. So when everyone else takes a turn and we come back to me, I draw my sword and I stab myself.
No.
I rolled a crit and ended myself. We stopped playing D&D. I was so put off by the whole thing that I didn't try another tabletop RPG until 2020, when my friend Jessie got me into try Starfinder.
18 years.
Now I run my own D&D 5e campaign for my friends, and I have my own YouTube channel. You guys are great.
Did you explain to the people how the game works before you started?
Yeah, like, did you go ahead and you tell them?
Just even like
the basics. Like you know,
can
movement,
move,
action, bonus
can
action.
Attack.
Yeah.
Humans don't have dark vision.
Yeah.
It's dark in this room, so you might need some light source.
Oh, you stab yourself? Oh, well. Man, see again, you know. I don't necessarily know how young you all were, like, when this had happened, but...
It is a bit different now. Mm-hmm, like, automatically, just with the internet and YouTube.
Totally.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you go onto YouTube and type in, like, D&D basics...
YouTube wasn't even a thing in 2002.
No, exactly. So it's like... unless somebody was actually going to teach you or you were going to read the book, there's no real other way that you could have found out.
Yeah, totally.
Now it is a bit different. Like, you can get a quick guide or a comprehensive guide on YouTube.
Yeah.
And there's some fantastic content creators out there.
100%.
What do we know what this person does there, what their channel does?
You know what? The DM. I run my own D&D 5e campaign for my friends. I have my own YouTube channel. Please go ahead and take a look at Mike's channel. It's the Paragon Company. Of course, I will leave all the links below, but please go give Mike some love.
Yeah. Let's go show Mike some love.
Go show Mike some love.
Thank you so much for your submission.
Thank you for your submission, Mike.
I'm very sorry it took that bad.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that it took you 18 years to get back into D&D.
I feel like...
But you want to know what? Not surprised.
I feel like there isn't really much more to say about that.
They should have filled you in.
They should have. And listen,
far more.
if you're a group and you're getting a new player and who's never played before, please have like a session 0 and introduce them. Please, someone go over the rules with them and hold their hand a little bit.
Yeah.
Because there is so much to this game. And it's kind of like riding a bike, right? Yeah. Like, oh, no, that's not a good...
Let me put it this way, as we said before. Let me say, as I've said before, it's a game that has a rule book about that thick for the basic rules.
The basic rules. Basic rules.
It's fucking hard to understand.
It is. Please, yeah.
You don't need to know everything, but
no one ever will.
No one ever will. Nobody will.
Nope.
But at least like giving people the fucking basics of fundamentals of how the game works before you start is a good idea.
Sorry, Mike. I'm sorry your weekend sleepover was ruined.
No.
But thanks for your submission, and once again, please go check out the Paragon Company. I'll leave everything below.
Nice.
Okay, so this is number 5.
Number 5.
Oh, hope
you all still awake?
Everyone's... yeah, I know, yeah.
This is a long one.
So, this is number 5, and it just starts with, I'm going to use class names as their names to keep everyone involved anonymous, and I go by she, her, and the DM is he, him, and so is the barbarian.
Thank you.
So, I started playing D&D in 2018. The DM was a friend of mine, and he was running a premium D&D game in a game shop, so I decided to join. Just for context, the game shop, if you walk in and you don't look like a typical nerd, you will be approached to when spoken by creepy men. Of course. We were playing Tomb of Annihilation, and there were 7 players at the table. The campaign started off great. It was a lot of fun, and the group got along really well. Then I decided that I wanted to change characters because we had 3 rogues in the party, and we desperately needed a healer, which I was more than happy to play. This is the opposite of Lima's rogue, no rogue. Policy.
Rogues are against my personal beliefs.
It's just many rogues.
Just loads of rogues.
Many rogues.
And oops, all rogues.
Oops, all rogues.
Oops, all rogues.
So once my character left, the man playing the barbarian declared to the party that he was so sad because his character was in love with my character. Mind you, my rogue was 16 in-game, which they all knew about, and in-game, the characters had only known each other for a week at most. So I was kind of creeped out.
Not surprised.
Yeah,
that's
creepy.
It's fucking weird, to be honest.
The barbarian and I would sit across from the table, and he would constantly stare at my chest.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
You know what? I should have said this. This is a trigger warning for maybe not necessarily like strong SA themes, but definitely 18+ themes.
Yeah.
I brought this up with the DM, who shrugged it off like it was nothing.
Good job. Did a real good job there. Did your duty as the game master.
Yeah. The asshole master.
The asshole master.
It got to the point where I would be wearing a turtleneck to D&D, even if it was nice outside. Listen, all y'all women, all y'all female presenting people, you know what it's like to have your chest constantly stared at. Constantly. We have all been there. You know what? I will always remember the first time in my life this happens to me.
Yeah.
And it always sticks with me. I was 13 and I had just moved from like my old hometown to my new hometown, and a friend that I went to primary school with came to visit me with his family and stuff. And I just remember we were sat at my dad's computer playing like Neopets or something because I was 13, and I just remember this boy who was the same age as me, who was my best friend, just locked and loaded.
Just
eyes locked, laser focused
on the boobies.
Laser focused on the boobies. And it was just the weirdest fucking shit ever. And I feel like that might be a little bit different because, you know, you're 13 and you're experiencing new feelings for the first time. But I will always remember that. And my whole life, I have had men constantly stare at my chest.
Yeah.
And it is.
And the worst part for Margaret is obviously she's got a very large chest piece.
I have a huge chest piece.
Very large chest piece that goes onto the boobies.
Yeah.
And guys just think it's an excuse to be like, oh, nice tattoo.
Oh, what's on it? Does it go any further down?
Yeah, like, do you want to show me the rest of it?
Oh, what's on your... Oh.
It's like, no.
No, you absolute fucking freak.
Are you surprised to hear the word no? I mean, you probably are because you're a man.
You probably are,
but, you know, no, I don't want to show you the rest of my fucking chest,
and
you
again,
fucking freak.
I wish I never got it. I wish I never got my chest piece.
Yeah, I mean, that's not fair.
I know.
I mean, that's not
I
fair.
love my chest. My chest piece is one of my favorite tattoos I have. Wish I never got it.
I know.
I wish I never got any of my tattoos because the amount of men.
Yeah.
And I say, do you remember when we first got together? I used to say this to you all the time. I don't leave the house anymore, so it's a different scenario. I used to hate when it was hot because I would hate wearing shorts. I would hate having my arms out because the amount of men who would come up to me and try to touch me and try to look at them and would try to start conversations with me about them, I fucking hated it.
I know.
Do you remember that one time we went to watch a bird show?
What do you mean that one time?
Oh, well, one of the many times. We went to watch a bird show and the dude who was running the fucking zoo saw my tattoos and then proceeded to take his top off and show me all of his tattoos. I feel like that, once again, that, you know.
Yeah, it's like, I remember when we were in Spain or something, and the amount, because I don't know, like, tattoos didn't seem to be as common when we were walking around there. Every man. It's like, nice I remember a guy drove down the street and wound down his car window and was like, nice tattoos.
People had stopped in the street, and I don't have that many tattoos.
It's like, guys,
shut the fuck up.
No one fucking gives a fuck if you like someone's tattoos.
Shut the fuck up.
You don't have to fucking tell them.
Don't fucking start conversations with girls because of their tattoos. It's so annoying. And then I would be told, literally, when I used to complain, being like, I wish people would stop bringing my tattoos up. Do you know what I was told? You shouldn't be getting tattoos. Then? Right. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, because that's the problem.
Because of you, I shouldn't get tattoos.
Yeah, it goes all the way back to the whole, oh, well, you shouldn't have worn that. You were kind of asking for it.
You were asking for it.
Yeah.
You're asking for it because
you got a tattoo on your chest.
You shouldn't have dressed like that.
Yeah. So, wow.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. We are on
my
one.
My heart is filled with hate today.
We are so on one today. Sorry. So after I brought in my new character, a tiefling cleric, not even 2 sessions later, he got rid of his barbarian and decided to play a paladin. When we met his paladin, the first thing he did was walk up to my character and try to punch her in the face. He missed, thankfully, but he claimed it was because he hated tieflings. My cleric retaliated and casted Bane on him, just in case he did it again. Many sessions later, we were standing on top of a floating cave, and we had to get down, and the only way was to jump. So our sorcerer was going to cast Featherfall on the party so we could get down. His character was apparently afraid of heights, after I said my character was, so he asked for one of us to push him off, which my character obliged. As I went to push him, our other paladin/barbarian character used their steed, it was a spider that the DM allowed, to shoot its web and pushed both of us off the top of the floating cave. That was fine, no issues until Night Watch. He said, oh, I'm going to walk up to the cleric and I'm going to cave her skull in because she pushed me off the floating cave. Thankfully, the DM didn't allow it.
Is this because your first attempt didn't work? Now you're just trying to do the age-old...
Oh, the age-old. Oh, if you like her, you bully her.
You bully her.
Boys will be boys. Boys will just... And that's, once again, such a toxic thing that
Not a good thing to, teach the younger generation.
Boys are taught, though. They're like, we've been told since we were children, oh, boys pull on your hair because they like you. It's like, so men only show their affection by hurting you.
Hurting women. It's like, you're breeding a very, very, very toxic and very bad message there to your children that, abusing women is okay.
And imagine being sat across the table like we are now from a man who was like, oh, my character was so in love with yours, stares at your chest all the time, and then says the words, I'm going to cave her skull in. I would be so scared.
I know.
I would be genuinely scared.
The DM stopped this though.
Well, the DM didn't allow it, but
okay.
Why is the DM not saying get up and leave?
Yeah.
If you're threatening,
I think this is more. This isn't so much on the DM.
No,
this is definitely more on the player.
Yeah.
Again, this isn't a fucking DM problem. This is a fucking player problem. Yeah, but you say that.
But the DM, when she went to him, like, he stares at my chest.
Oh, did they say it to the DM?
Yeah, it was like me.
Oh well, yeah, that's not fucking good.
Meh.
That's not good enough.
No, it's not good enough, is it? So after another month of playing with him and constantly staring at my chest, and him trying to force his character to talk to mine all the time, the DM finally kicked him out after everyone in the group complained about him making me uncomfortable. And after I told the DM I was going to leave the campaign permanently. The DM did it over Messenger, and he told him the reason why he was getting kicked out was because he was cheating in-game, which he was.
Tell them. When are they ever going to fucking learn if we don't tell them why?
But he mentioned nothing about him making myself and the rest of the party uncomfortable.
Tell them.
Tell them.
Tell them why they're getting kicked out properly.
Tell them.
Just tell them.
Again, how are people, this person doesn't need defending.
No, this person has absolutely no defense.
How
but,
are people going to change if they're not told?
Yeah, like if somebody does something wrong, you need to tell them you're getting kicked out because of this bad behavior you got.
Yeah.
So then maybe next time they go, I won't do that because then, I won't get kicked out. It should be, I won't do that because it's wrong. But, some people aren't that smart.
The only silver lining is after he got kicked out, he wrote up an apology and he read it out to the group, which was nice. But thankfully, I have not seen him since.
Good.
Fuck me. Why are these all so bad? It's my fault. I put them in.
But hey, we got to do it. You got to bring light to these things.
We got to do it. Sorry, I will put a trigger warning in the beginning of that as well.
When he was like, I'm going to cave her skull in, you should have just been like, I should fucking beat the shit out of him.
I'm going to cave her skull in. That is such a scary, visceral thing to say.
What?
That's so scary.
Cave her skull in.
That's scary.
I just
behavior.
wish the whole party and just fucking killed that character immediately there and then.
Your DM for not being like you're gone because
I was about to be like, well done DM for kicking him out. Didn't even tell him.
No, said you're
tell
cheating.
him.
Tell him.
Tell him.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. On to number 6.
Number 6.
So this has been sent in by D, and they go by they them. Thank you, D. Hi, not sure how well this one will go down, but it would be interesting to see if anything similar has happened to anyone else. Sorry. Ow.
Is that what you want to do with that guy?
Yeah, it fucking is. Bang. Cave your skull in.
Yeah, with my water bottle.
Listen, this is falling on my face. It hurts.
That would fucking do it.
Oh, I would do it. I'm pretty sure I have lost brain cells from coming into contact with
what brain cells?
Yeah, what? Exactly, I know.
We don't have any here.
No, I know.
We have a collective one.
Yeah,
and we don't have it right now.
Whoever has it right now.
The dog has it.
I hope. No. Oh, no, he doesn't.
The dog has a negative brain cell.
No, he doesn't. Whoever has it right now, I hope you're living the life. So I was playing in this campaign with a few friends, and a friend of the DM wanted to play. They had never experienced play before, so we welcomed them because seeing new players experience D&D for the first time is so magical, and we just didn't mind. Great attitude to have. They had decided to play as a rogue because they said they liked playing stealthy characters in other games they played like Skyrim.
Yes.
One day we started a session. The party had set up camp outside of a cave we were going to explore the next day, and the first thing the DM said to me was, "Please, could you roll a d20 and add your con mod?" Obviously, I was scared.
Yes.
I did so, and I rolled a 2.
Nice.
The DM then said that I had taken double my health and damage. This, of course, resulted in an instant death for me. The party and I were shocked because nothing like this has ever happened to us before. The party asked if they had seen anything, and the DM replied that they saw the rogue standing over my body with a sword. I was not happy and started to get pretty angry, while the new player and the DM started to laugh. The DM said I should grow up and that their friend wanted to see what a character death looked like. I had spent 2 weeks on my backstory and had drawn artwork of them and the places they had grown up. The rest of the party said they wanted to attack, but the DM said he was... sorry.
It's okay, you're doing a really good job. Keep it up.
Thank you. The rest of the party said they wanted to attack the rogue for killing my character, to which the DM said he was not going to allow PvP.
Yeah, okay. That makes
totally.
sense.
No, that tracks. That tracks. I agree, yeah. This seems like...
I think you may have fucked up though, DM.
Yeah, by...
I think
I don't know.
You may have just allowed a little bit of PvP.
Oh, well, I don't know.
But, it's good that you're enforcing it now. Yeah, now is the right time to enforce that. Now's the right time. You're doing a really great job.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Yeah. And they had no real reason to do anything. After a lot of arguing.
Yeah. No, they don't. They don't. I don't think anything just happened.
No. If I'm recalling it right,
let me just.
No.
No, nothing just happened.
Definitely not PvP.
No.
After a lot of arguing, myself and the 3 other players got up and told the DM we wouldn't play in the game anymore, and we left.
Good.
And we have not heard from them in about 4 months.
Good.
D, what the fuck?
Don't ever speak to them again.
No, D, the fact that you're like, has this happened to anyone else? First, probably yes.
Probably.
Realistically, yeah.
But sadly,
Sadly. And that's not normal.
No, it's not normal.
That's not normal.
Not normal.
That's never happened to us.
No, sorry, I'm not going to allow PvP.
Methinks
Let me just...
there was a bit of PvP.
I think maybe potentially at some point within the story there may have
There
been
was some
PvP.
PvP. I don't know when.
I don't know when. I can't quite remember.
Man, what the fuck?
Fuck off.
What, like, that's so... The thing is,
They want
right,
to see what a character just would look like. I'm so funny.
So-
Shut up.
I'm just trying to get the timeline right here. So
Session started.
Dee said that they had spent 2 weeks on the backstory and drawn artwork of them. So
Yeah.
had the game
started,
been
I
going on for about 2 weeks?
Potentially, yeah.
So
So it's
then-
very, very early.
So then the friend comes in, and then the DM is like, he just wanted to see what a character death looked like.
So I killed your character. But nobody else can attack the rogue because there's no PvP.
That's so weird. Like,
Do you know what? Do better.
yeah,
Do better than
totally.
this.
Like,
Do better
come
than this.
on.
This is fucking terrible.
Like, if you don't want to DM anymore, just say.
I don't think it's that. If you don't want the person at the table anymore, just say.
Yeah, well, I guess it backfired because everyone left.
Yeah,
right. Good. I'm
Good.
glad that your friends all stood up for you and left. But like
that person just should not DM.
and I fucking hate. Grow up. I hate that.
Fucking you grow
You-
up.
you-
mate.
no,
You
you.
grow up.
No, you grow up. Uno reverse
Shut
card.
up.
You grow up. Oh, I hate that. Sorry, D.
Sorry, D. That's
I'm certain
that is just dreadful.
I'm certain that this has happened to other people.
People put a lot of time and effort into the characters, and for you to just take that away from them because I'm the DM and I'm God and you're dead.
Imagine drawing your
I know.
character as well and like getting all the backstory ready. I would be devastated.
That is just such fucking horse shit.
And you know, then to also be like, roll a d20 in your con mod just randomly and not giving like, man, and then instantly dead.
Like passive perception's a
That's
thing.
so lame. That's so lame.
I mean, you know, I'm trying to give mechanical reasons.
Yeah, no, just don't do this.
Just don't do it.
Yeah, that's so lame. I'm sorry, D. That's lame.
That's really
It's
lame.
real fucking lame.
No, I'm not. There's no reason for you to attack. It's like, did you just black
Yeah, I know,
out?
yeah.
Did you just not like understand what's happened? There's no reason, and I don't allow PvP. Were you asleep?
Yeah. Okay, so, my God, this is a long one. It always is. Dog's absolutely riled up just as much as we are. Okay, so this has been sent in by...
Bully's feeling the hate. He just
Bully's-
had a drink. He's trying to wash away the
he's
hate.
trying to wash away the hate. So this has been sent in by Anonymous, and they go by they, them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I do want to give a trigger warning. There are sexual themes in this one.
Okay.
So, hey, Margaret and Jack, my horror story will be changing things up, as it is another story about a player being weirdly sexual at the table, but this time it's a female one. Hooray!
Oh, okay.
I formed a group through the D&D club at university. The first couple of sessions were fine, everyone seemed nice, and we all got along. I honestly could not have predicted this player's future behaviour, because she started out being really shy, but still really enthusiastic about the game. Then after a few months, out of nowhere, she started to become way too open about her sex life. During gameplay, she would brag about her hookups and say really out-of-pocket things like, wow, it really hurts to sit because of last night, along with many other things you cannot repeat on YouTube. That good
Thank
looking
you.
out, OP.
Don't worry, we're already demonetized.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
No, we aren't.
Mind you, none of us were close to this person. We'd only known her for a few months, and it was a kind of wave if you see them on the street level of friendship.
Yeah.
Not only were we not close, but it was extremely awkward and inappropriate to bring up that type of conversation without prompt during our fun little D&D game, 100%.
Yeah, I think there should. You know, unless you like know the people very well.
Yeah.
And you know,
That's something you regularly
and
talk
know
about.
that they're totally fine with talking about those
Yeah,
things. There should be
yeah.
at least just like a. Does anyone mind if I say this?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, no one mind. Nobody would probably mind if you pre-warn them.
Yes, exactly.
But at least give them the chance to say no if they don't.
Exactly. Things almost became worse when she got a boyfriend. I am to this day still burdened with my detailed knowledge about this random dude's sex life, all against my will, because of how much she would constantly try to talk about what they did during D&D. Hey, this is a tip to everyone. what you do with your partner and things that you do sexually with your partner, that is not for you to share with anyone else. You should not be bragging about what your partner does. Like, that is such a violation of privacy, and it happens. You should not be doing that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
Don't
Especially
do that.
with practically strangers.
Yeah, especially with strangers.
Yeah.
Like, what makes you think they want to hear this?
Yeah, I know. What makes you think people want to hear this?
Like, I don't.
Yeah, no,
I can tell you right now,
I couldn't care less.
If I just met you, I don't hear about that shit.
Oh, God, if I had just met you,
that's going to make me feel extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's a different thing with my close friends, but like
it's a different thing with your friends, especially your close friends.
Yeah,
like you know what is totally fine to talk about because you've built up that
over years.
Foundation of friendship over years, but not with fucking strangers.
Yeah. Her weird sexual behavior was very much in the game as well. She played the horny, bad stereotype to an uncomfortable degree. Almost every single encounter was met with, "I flash my chest to convince them." She would constantly ask to flirt with random NPCs, and even the dragon at one point. She kept asking the DM in and out of the game if she could get together with the downright evil BBEG who was terrorizing the town we were protecting. Each time the DM said no, she would openly complain on social media that her DM wouldn't let her sleep with the BBEG.
This
is such childish
so
behavior.
Uncomfortable.
What the fuck?
Like, most of these stories that we cover are about guys.
Yeah.
But, women.
Oh, of course.
And women-presented people also need to hold themselves to the same standard.
100%.
100%.
And there's an argument to be made that women feel like in order to be accepted, they have to be this overly sexual character of themselves. But this is going way too far. And you know what? If that's a core pillar of your personality, claiming back your sexuality is absolutely something everyone should do.
100%.
That's important.
Especially women.
That's so
your
important.
Your sexuality is yours to do with as you wish. And, fucking flaunt how you want it. It's yours. It's no one else's.
But to bring it into a scenario like a game of D&D, and we say this all the time, don't bring it into D&D.
It's like, unless it has been discussed
and agreed, and it's safe to do so.
If you're wanting to bring in very sexual themes into a campaign, you need to be saying that early doors so everyone can either say yes or no, or I'm comfortable with this and I'm uncomfortable with this.
Totally.
But, to come in and just immediately be fucking going for it like this and making everyone uncomfortable.
It's too much.
It is tough because we don't know how, some people cannot read the room as well as others.
Agreed.
So,
very much agreed.
That argument doesn't really hold up in a lot of circumstances.
Yeah.
But still,
shut the fuck up.
Just
to
trying
go
to
onto
fuck
social
everything.
media and to be like, oh, my DM won't let me do that's so disgusting.
Childish. So childish.
That's just disgusting.
Yeah.
Mind you, we did have a session 0 where we used safety tools to indicate that the majority of us were not comfortable with any sexual content.
And why are you doing it? If everyone said, I'm uncomfortable with sexual themes, and you're flashing your chest, that is sexual because you're using it to try and to seduce people.
It is.
If you're trying to sleep with the bad guy.
The dragon.
Yeah, those are sexual themes. Coming in and talking about sleeping with your partner, even in-game or out, people have said they're uncomfortable with it. So err on the side of caution. Err on the side of caution and not talk about it in or out of game. But you're just talking about it. You're openly.
That shows that you have no respect for the people around you.
Yeah. The thing is, it's I hope you didn't set any safety tools because I bet everybody else seems to be following them for you. So why are you not following them for them?
Yeah, I know. And, OP goes on to say, while technically nothing sexual happened in the game's narrative, I don't know how you can interpret that to mean that talking about sexual things and trying to push for it in game constantly is okay. Well, yeah, exactly. That's perfectly said.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly said. Perfectly said.
None of us entertained these things when she said them, by the way. We always looked visibly uncomfortable, or we fell silent, or we shut it down. We did everything falling short of directly telling her to stop this behavior. Looking back, we should have just confronted her directly about it and not let it go on for so long. But it also shouldn't take a scientist to notice that none of us liked it and she was actively crossing our boundaries.
The thing is, it's and a lot of these people are always like, I should have done this and I should have done more. It's the thing is,
it's not on you.
If it doesn't happen in the first place, dunny to say those things.
Yeah, exactly.
It shouldn't happen in the first place.
Especially after you went all the safety tools.
Yeah.
And like, yes.
And said at the beginning, no sexual themes, please, because you don't want it.
And we say all the time, you shouldn't let these people get away with it.
No.
You should say, if you're feeling uncomfortable, if someone's obviously crossing the boundary, which they obviously were, you do owe it to yourself to say. There's it sounds, looking back, we should have confronted her directly.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault. And when you're uncomfortable anyway, it's so hard to speak up in that moment.
Yeah, 100%.
You have to.
You've got to try your best, but but if you don't, you can't sit there and blame yourself
because it's not your fault.
Because it's not your fault.
It's her fault.
It's her fault.
She should not.
It's like the instigator of the problem is the person's fault. It's that person's fault.
Yeah, totally. And again, Jack made a good point. Some people can't read the room.
Yeah.
Some people do struggle with being able to read like micro expressions or being able to read like the vibe of the room. And I sympathize with that, and I understand that. But again, I can't understand the hearing no one is comfortable with sexual content and then continuing to do it.
And also people shutting it down.
Yeah, people shutting it down. It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
Anyway.
Okay.
Luckily, some random drama caused her to quit the game, so fate took care of that. Thankfully, due to watching your podcast, if a situation like that comes up again, I would have the confidence to confront the person directly and shut that shit down early.
Nice, but don't blame yourself.
No, don't blame yourself, but I'm so glad that you realize now that you can and you should be able to. To tell people to fucking stop.
Yeah.
We really need everyone to stop trying to use this game as a sexual fantasy without others' consent. Hey.
Correct. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Couldn't have said it better ourselves at all. I am so sorry. And again, like, this is a perfect example of what we said earlier. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. You have to respect the people around you.
Yeah.
You have to respect the people at your table. Women can be just as bad.
It doesn't matter about your gender.
No, it doesn't.
You just respect. Everyone has it. Yeah. Everyone should have it.
Yep.
Just respect the people around you.
Respect the people.
If people don't want things to be brought up, just don't bring them up.
And
I just don't understand how you can listen to safety tools be brought in of no sexual themes, and then literally all you do is talk about sexual themes.
Terrible disregard of the people around you.
Literally, like, just no respect.
No respect at all. And then to go to social media publicly afterwards. Don't fucking do that. Mm-hmm. Don't do that.
It's trying to out your DM for not letting you.
That's just toxic.
Sleep with the BBG.
Just, like
this person's just a bad person.
Yeah, no,
just
totally.
A bad person.
Totally. Okay, this is the last two. Once again, I'm so sorry. The next one, trigger warning for SA. Yeah, okay. I know. I'm sorry. Like there's a. Okay. The fact that the majority of these horror story submissions have these themes, it says enough.
It does. It says enough.
It says enough. So, the pronouns are they, them, and they are remaining anonymous.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, I have only been playing for about 7 months and have been extremely fortunate to find an amazing group of people to play with. All of us are queer and extremely understanding of each other's boundaries, thanks to an amazing DM and a session 0. Unfortunately, we don't get to play as often as we like due to everyone's conflicting schedules. Love that for you.
Love that
so
for you. That's
much.
So great to hear.
A friend of mine, him, suggested I played in the new campaign his group is starting, and I enthusiastically agreed. Why did I say it like that? What?
Enthusiastically.
Agreed, as I'd love to play as much as possible. At this point, I had only been playing for around 5 months maximum and was still pretty confused by some of the mechanical stuff.
It's okay.
So I thought I'd play it safe and stick to what I know.
Stave.
With my character and make a half-orc monk.
Oh, nice.
I knew you were going to say that.
Half-orc is such a sick race.
It fucking is.
Relentless endurance, and you can pick up a fucking racial feat in Xanathars that when you drop to 0 and then pop up back to 1, you get to make an attack straight away.
Yes, that's exactly what
so good.
It is. I gave the DM my character and backstory and had actually decided to be twins with my friend's character. But whereas his character was overly femboy crazy, they were all teenage characters, mine was the straight-talking lesbian foil. The DM, I don't know what that means.
I don't know what the foil part means.
I don't know what the foil
straight
means.
Straight-talking lesbian.
I love that. I love that.
Give me real Beauregard vibes.
Yeah. The DM seemed happy with this, so I don't know what that means. But cut to the session 1, and it starts off fine. But about 20 minutes in, the DM introduces a male NPC who, in his words, is absolutely beyond belief obsessed with my character. It made me a bit uncomfortable, but I didn't want to stir up anything with a group that had already had an established dynamic. I am non-binary, but present very femme, and it was a table of men, so I was a bit anxious to speak up at this point. We keep playing the session, and suddenly, right after battle, the NPC tries to kiss my character.
Hey, would you do that in real life?
No! Well, yes, obviously these people would.
Fuck's sake.
Obviously they would.
Why? Why do you think that you have that right?
I know.
What fucking... Well, it's the fucking audacity of a man, isn't it? But why?
I ask if I can see this coming, and the DM makes me roll a perception check. I rolled really well, so the DM begrudgingly said, yes, I can.
I bet it was begrudgingly as well.
Imagine, oh my God, imagine being sat at a table with the person at the in control, the DM, begrudgingly being like...
Fine, yes, you see it coming.
All right,
God, I just wanted to kiss your character.
Yeah, you see my kiss coming.
You should be thankful that I want to kiss your character.
God, I would be so... Come on, show him. Go on, kill him.
Push my mic.
Begrudgingly said, yes, I can. I said something like, I duck out of the way. And the DM made me roll a dex saving throw, which I argued as I didn't see the point. Up until this point, we'd had multiple interactions where we'd been moving away from people out of combat and never needed to roll. DM basically said, my table, my rules. I rolled and got a 2. DM now says, I fell over, and the NPC catches me, sweeping me into a kiss. I immediately asked for a pause, apologized to the table, and just asked the DM why he was ignoring my backstory and the fact my character was a lesbian. And he replied that since I hadn't come out to the party yet, no one knew. Fucking absolutely.
Yeah, but you do.
Like,
you're literally the only one that does. You're the only one that has this information, and you're choosing to ignore it.
And, you know, literally, you're sat at the table. They're sat at the table saying, why are you doing this?
Trying to duck, dive, and dodge away.
Well, no, not even that. They're saying, clearly, my character's a lesbian, by the way. Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Everyone at the table can hear this. No, people aren't clocked, you know, people are here. And I just can't imagine a world, a situation where this is happening and this DM isn't wanting the fucking earth to swallow them up and kill them.
Some people are just so... It's audacity.
Yeah,
that's what it is. This person is like, no, I want to kiss you. You should be thankful. You should want this. You know
why is that the first? I know.
Horrendous.
I know.
It's like, I want this, so you have to want this because I'm a guy, and that's how the world works. And I get what I want. You don't get what you want, you fucking loser.
And then to be like, make a dex save.
Make
a perception check.
I didn't have to make a dex save when I was moving out of the way of the things that were trying to kill me in battle.
Now you're trying to kiss me.
All you're trying to do is make it impossible for this person to not swerve the kiss. Why? Like. The thing is, it's like, I remember, I use it all the time now. Tell me why.
Yeah, tell me why.
Tell me why you're doing it.
Yeah. What's your intention?
I bet you can't give me an explanation that doesn't make you sound like a complete fucking freak and a creep.
Yeah.
I bet you couldn't sit there and look me in the eye and give me an explanation as to why you're doing this to this person without making you sound... Do you know what? Really R-wordy.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, I 100%.
I could put my fucking house on it. Do you know what I mean?
When we started the game again, I managed to work in that my character is queer, and my twin and I actually had a really sweet roleplay moment. Thinking the hassle was over, we continued to play. Bearing in mind, this is only about 1.5 hours into the session. I was so wrong. The NPC was apparently even more obsessed now that he heard I was a lesbian, because he didn't think that they existed and thought I was under a spell that only my true love could save me from.
Are you fucking kidding me? This is comically bad.
This man.
This is insanely bad.
How many fucking times?
Lesbians don't exist.
No, they don't exist because you're only on this earth to serve me as a man, and there's no way. You just haven't met the right man yet.
Only magic could make you not want me. Not want me, the man.
And you know what? This is a real, genuine, serious problem in the queer community. Like, people being minimized, their sexuality being minimized, their whole identities being minimized to, just haven't met the right man yet. Come on. Who
are you?
I know.
Who are you to think that about yourself? Like, how fucking much self-esteem must you have to think you're that good?
And it's true. That happens so often. We have heard firsthand from people in our Discord saying you just haven't. And by the way, in far more disgusting ways than that. So
I'm just fucking devastated for these people.
Fucking well, you know what? Jesus Christ. Tell me that you're the worst human being on earth without telling me you're the worst person. Sorry,
wow,
I'm mad. I'm mad.
This is horrendous. Jesus Christ.
My friend tried taking some of the heat from me while trying to get the NPC's attention and flirt with him, even devising a plan where she wore my clothes because she was in love with that NPC. The fact that you're having to go around it.
Like, there should be... Like, did you have anything planned? Like, shouldn't there be, like, a story or, like, things to actually be doing? Not this fucking horse shit.
I know. And you know what? The fact that your friends have to step in-game and devise a plan in-game to try and get the attention off you, disgusting. Despite this, the DM always found a reason that he knew which was which. I got so frustrated when we were in another battle and the NPC pulled me out of melee range on his turn and tried to grapple me so I couldn't get close to the enemy because he couldn't bear to see me hurt. I ended up snapping and asking the DM why he was trying to stop me from using any of my class features. He said he could tell I was a newbie and he just wanted to make sure my character survived the fight.
That isn't what it is. Stop trying to mask it with that bullshit. You're a fucking creep. Shut up.
And that I didn't make any mistakes that could get her killed, and that maybe if I put some more effort into learning about classes and less into making my character's sole personality trait be her gayness.
Why don't you, instead of being a creepy loser, actually teach this person how to play the game then? Because this isn't teaching them how to play the game.
Did you hear what I just said?
What?
Did you hear what I just said?
Make your only personality trait the
being
gayness.
Gay. You'd be a great player if you didn't do that. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm so annoyed.
I know. I can barely even bring myself to say anything.
I'm so annoyed.
There's this person, like, there's people who just don't deserve to play TTRPGs.
100%.
And this person just doesn't deserve to play. Do you know what? They don't even deserve to be playing at a table. Never mind fucking DMing.
Well, it gets worse.
How?
Oh, no, it doesn't. No, it gets better. Sorry, it gets better.
I can't see a world where this gets
No, it gets better. I snapped and I said, maybe if he put some more effort into making a story for his players, instead of trying to force an NPC romance onto them, then he could actually make an interesting campaign and be a great DM.
Because this isn't a fucking interesting game.
This is, like, how boring must this be?
This is boring as fuck.
How, like, everyone else at this table...
This is fucking literal dog shit to your DMing.
Everyone else at this table must be so bored. Bored.
Fucking, like, you unimaginative, creepy little fuck.
Yeah, I know. Like... You're not even trying to veil any of it. The worst thing is you're not even trying to veil any of it. And that's it. It's like you obviously the DM doesn't believe that gay people exist. It's like you believe that. That's what you think.
That's what you believe.
That's what you think. You're just trying to push it.
This NPC, you can't fathom a world where a woman doesn't find you attractive.
Yeah. Or a world in which women don't serve men.
Yeah.
Get a fucking grip.
Like,
so I ended up leaving immediately and I messaged my friends apologizing.
You shouldn't have even done that.
You shouldn't have.
You don't owe anyone an apology.
He was great about it and messaged me saying that he chewed out his DM after and apparently they ended the session early. I felt really bad, but my friends said not to worry. They were all pretty pissed with how he was acting.
Pretty pissed? Pretty pissed?
Man, again...
Tables would have been flipped.
Oh, yeah, I know. I can't even imagine. And I'm so sorry, OP, that you feel like you had anything to apologize for.
You never, ever in this situation should have apologized.
No, never.
There is nothing you did apart from be yourself and turn up to a session and get fucking harassed.
Yeah. Oh, well, it does get worse.
Oh, great.
About a week later.
Did they try and ask him out? Don't you fucking dare. Don't you dare tell me.
About a week later, the DM messaged me on Instagram, asked me if he wanted to give me some one-to-one lessons on D&D over a drink.
Can't even bring myself to fucking say anything.
How is this?
How do you think you have a fucking, right, never mind a chance, a right to speak to this person again?
Want some one-on-one D&D sessions over a drink?
Why the fuck would they want that?
How is this person How are these people so delusional? This is the third time.
Do you know what? I said that as a joke.
I know you did. I know you did,
I heard that as a... do you want to know what? The other story, not minimizing the other story, it was bad. This, in my opinion, is worse. And I said it as there's no way.
Yeah. And this is the third time we've heard this. The third time a DM has been absolutely terrible to a player and then has asked them out for a drink.
It's you do realize that the whole treat them mean, keep them keen. That's
a lie.
That's a lie. And people say it ironically because it doesn't actually happen.
People fucking hate being treated badly.
People don't like this.
Naturally.
I'm speechless and I'm flabbergasted, which is actually for a podcast a bad thing because I should be talking. I just can't actually believe it.
Well, I blocked him immediately.
Yeah.
And told my friend, thinking how weird it was. Turns out the DM has a girlfriend who was bi and had been making jokes about bringing me in to entertain them both. Safe to say, I never played with him again and have since been happily playing with my other group and not a forced NPC romance in sight. How many times do we have to say this? People are not your plaything.
Yeah.
People are not your experiment. People are not your trick in the bedroom to make things funner. People are not yours to conquer.
You tell them.
People are not your fucking sick, weird fantasy. It's so disappointing that people...
It's beyond disappointing.
That people are treated like this.
It's incomprehensible.
There's so many layers to this as well.
So
many layers.
It's so bad. It's so unbelievably bad. From the second it began to this point now, it's unbelievable.
It's
fucking unbevable.
It is unbelievable.
The forced romance, bad.
Bad.
The the whole was it the you're only that whole only character trait is the lesbian thing. Bad. Lesbians
don't exist. Bad.
It's a spell because lesbians don't exist.
Yeah.
Bad.
You just need to meet your one true love. Bad. Asking them out for a drink after. Bad.
This person should fucking rot in hell.
DM's girlfriend being like, could be fun to bring him in. Bad.
Why do you think that that's your choice? Why do you think that's something that you get to decide?
I know.
Why do you think that?
Shame on you. That's absolutely disgusting.
What went wrong in your life? What went wrong along the way for you to think that that's your choice?
Mm-hmm.
Who gave you that? Who told you that was your right?
No, we know. We know who.
I know. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself.
Yep, you should be. And OP goes without saying. Oh, we're really fucking sorry to hear that. I first of all, I don't know.
I'm actually in shock.
Yeah, I know. That's actual fucking whiplash.
Yeah.
First of all, good on you for in the first instance saying what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable
putting a
with
stop
this.
to it, but then continuing. Then as soon as it happened again, stopping and leaving.
Every step along the way, you did the right thing.
You did.
And normally when you do the right thing, it should stop.
Yeah.
If you voice your complaints, it should stop. If you leave the campaign, normally that would say, I don't want anything to do with this person again. The fact that they reached out to you after that, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah. And I wish your friends had said something at the time. I know you said you messaged your friend afterwards and then they said that they chewed him out. I wish your friends
chewed him out?
Yeah,
fucking chew them out.
man.
It's not enough.
No,
it's not enough.
It's not enough.
These people need to be fucking literally like made to feel like a microcosm within the fucking universe. Like they need to be fucking told that what they're doing is wrong. Like wrong to the point where they never do it again.
And you need
they
to
need
ask
to be
them.
taught a fucking lesson.
You need to ask them the question, why?
Why do you think
and you
that's
need
okay?
to get them to answer it.
Yeah.
Why?
I was like, I don't know. It's not good enough.
That's not
tell
good
me
enough.
why.
Why?
Right now, tell me why.
Yeah,
I need
why?
to hear it out of your mouth.
Why?
It's like the thing is, like I said at the beginning, like you can't explain to me. You can't sit there and tell me why you think it's okay without actually telling me that
you're a creep.
You're a creep.
You're a creep.
And
but you know what? Maybe if you can say that out loud, that's the first step to being not
truly
a fucking
realizing
creep.
what you're doing wrong.
Yeah. Man. Ooh.
Is everyone okay?
Yes, I hope everyone's okay. Once again, man, how do these get worse?
I'm running out of water.
How do these keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse? Because they consistently get worse.
I think this is the worst.
We say it every time.
I truly believe that this is the worst set we've ever had. I can't actually believe it. And again, that's not minimizing anything anyone else has been through.
No, of course it's not.
Like,
no,
just,
of course it's not.
But it's good to say. You know, I just, wow.
Yeah. Shall we move on to the last one? Right. Jesus Christ, if you're still here, if you're still hanging on.
I don't blame you if you're not.
If you're still here, the last one is slightly better.
Slightly.
It's funny. It's a funny one. Right. Okay. So finally, the last one. Jesus.
Go on.
So this horrified me in the moment, but looking back, it's just funny / embarrassing. Okay. And this is 18+ themes. So I was part of a long campaign before COVID, and we were working through the Tales from the Yawning Portal. We had a pretty big group, about 7 players, and we would sometimes get into it with each other, and there would be occasional incidences of PvP. This is one of those times where my brain decided to betray me. We're in the process of looking for a necromancer's laboratory as part of a side quest involving the party's wizard, who was my character's partner.
Okay.
The wizard was also absent that session as they couldn't get to the venue where we played.
Okay.
We got attacked by a rock and some elementals, but just about survived with them.
The rock, I imagine, will mean the big bird.
The rock means the big bird, not the stone.
Not a moving rock.
Not the mound.
Not the mound.
My Eldritch Blast sniping warlock, taking out the rock at the end. When we got into the lab, we found papers relating to the necromancer in question. Our party cleric was a follower of Kelemvor and as such hated anything to do with undead or necromancy. So she went to burn the notes we'd found because they contained details on experimental necromancy. My warlock, knowing that it would be vital evidence, went to stop her. This is how it went. Me. I'm going to blast her. DM, okay, well, how are you going to do that? Me. Not considering what I was about to say in the slightest. With my fingies. No, this is a real. I need the taint scenario.
I need the taint
all over again. Cue to a table of people descending into fits of laughter as I sit there, considering what I just said, as I am literally pointing across the table at the cleric. Not my finest moment at all. We were all good with it. It was all taken in good humor, but I still think about that moment to this day, and I catch a great deal of secondhand embarrassment. I blast her with my fingies.
I blast her. How you gonna do it?
Her.
With my fingers.
My fingies.
I'm gonna blast her.
My fingies.
I do my incantation.
Oh,
with my fingers.
My fingies.
With my fingers.
See, that's an example of something that, that's just fucking funny.
Light sexual themes that, was a mistake and is hilarious and everyone has a good laugh about it. A good chortle about it.
A good chortle.
A good chortle about it.
That's just funny.
And it doesn't have to fucking get creepy and weird.
Some weird.
Everybody else who's had a fucking everybody who was, in these stories like that fucking asshole from before. Learn your lesson. Here you go. Here's how to do, not even do sexual things.
It just came out wrong.
It just comes out wrong.
Have a laugh about it.
Have a laugh about it and just let it fly.
And then imagine if at this point the DM was like, roleplay it.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
they would.
Yeah,
They
would.
that.
They would.
These
they
fucking
would.
freaky,
They would. These
nasty
fucking
bastards would do that.
Of nature. These troglodyte caveman looking ass bitches.
Troglodyte cave looking ass bitches.
Oh man. Well,
I blast her
with
my fingers.
with my fingies. Well, I hope that kind of makes up for all of the fucking rest of the shit we just.
Oh, Jesus.
Probably, I know it doesn't, but
Not really.
Jesus, well.
Oh, that's a bit.
That's it.
That
That's
was
the
a toughie.
end. That was a tough one.
That was a toughie.
That was a tough one. I hope everyone, you're taking care of yourselves.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if this was kind of a hard watch.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you actually couldn't end up watching this at all. We're trying to get better with putting trigger warnings in.
Yes. Yes.
Like verbally.
Yes.
So you can actually hear
it out loud.
Yeah, and when we're in the watch parties as well, because it plays live, we will always say coming up, we will like
we'll try our best
type
to
it out.
type it out and let you know before you even hear it.
Yeah, so we're definitely trying to do our best with that. Yeah, it wouldn't be a horror story without some absolute bottom of the barrel shit.
Troglodyte looking ass bitches.
Troglodyte looking ass bitches, to be honest.
Troglodyte caveman looking ass bitches.
And we say it every time, right? Every single time. It's horrible to hear these stories, but it's so important we talk about them.
It is. It is important.
Even hearing from these people, there was 2 submissions here where they were like, from listening to your podcast, I realized it is not right that I was treated like that.
It's not.
And if we can even just help one person think like that,
100%.
If anyone listening, 100%. You're worried, you're feeling like this, if anyone can take something away from this, that's what the important thing is. And we all need to learn from these stories. And I blast her with my fingies.
And I blast her with my fingies, and I need the tan.
Roll them out, Jack.
If somehow you like this video, if for some godforsaken reason you like this video, hit the like button down below. Don't forget to leave a comment, even if you're in the watch party. I see you. Leave a comment down below. Let us know some of your horror stories.
The YouTube overlord.
Shout out all these people. Let them know that they're loved within the community and everything that they're doing is good. And, we need to protect these people. So leave a comment down below and let them know. Hit the bell icon to be notified when we upload a video on a Monday and a Thursday. Yep. And also, it's free. I know you didn't know that. And if you aren't subscribed, what are you doing? If you made it this far in the video, I'd be very fucking surprised if you're not subscribed already. But subscribe down below. Hit the button. Join the Discord. We love you very much.
We love you.
Shout out to Jen. Shout out to Jen for the beautiful dice that we've got here. And we will see you
in the next one.
Bye. Bye.